Good day, everyone. We once more get into Utawarerumono, Mask of Truth, and we go see what has happened. The next cutscene of the blast. The city. We could do a bunch of training missions, but I'm not in. I just want to play the game. Nope, we teleported over there. When we arrived, we were greeted with an otherwise empty room. In the silence that followed, all I can hear is everyone's breathing and the faint noise of the machine. The main power source for the teleporter seems to have given out, but looks like we all made it through okay. But where is this? Seems like we're in some kind of building. Aji's voice suddenly reverberates through the room. Father! Master! Where is father? My liege. None of us can answer her question. Father! Aji rushes to the walls in search of an exit, which she finds. A portion of the wall automatically begins shifting, as if in response to Aji's presence, revealing a telltale crack in the metal. Father! Aji pushes the door pushes to open the door and rushes out of the room. At least you can't run off on your own. It could be dangerous. Miss Anju. Alarmed, we all rushed after her. We chase after the footsteps we hear from above, eventually leading to a spiral staircase that winds upward. Suddenly, our view opens up. It appears as though we arrived atop a high tower. Treetops spread out before us, our vantage point high enough to see a fair distance away. Well, we're going to be seeing this place is. Just as I look around trying to figure out where we are, a blinding light flashes across the sky. Before our eyes, a spear of light falls from the heavens, piercing down to a point on the distant horizon. In an instant, a shockwave ripples through the air. Oh! That must be where the Imperial capital is. What the? What was that huge pillar of light? A cleansing light. It was like a pillar that connected the earth and the heavens. That has to have been the Ama thing you were talking about. Oh no. That means everything beneath it is... Bro. Atamaturisu... Atarisa... No, Asur... Amata... Ursura is likely doing exactly what we told it to do. Annihilating all the Tatari infesting the Imperial capital. It would have been a mystical sight if I didn't know how it was happening. At the end of the light... Oh... My liege. Father. Father. Tears run freely down her face, no longer caring to hold them back. Anju clings to Munichika, sobbing quietly. None of us know how to confront her. All we can do is stand there in silence. Time gradually goes by, and we start to feel the bite of the cold night wind. Chew! Nico's sneeze brings us to our senses. We can't stay here forever. We'll have to set up camp. Exhausted by her sobbing, Anju seems to have worn herself out. She now rests limply against Munuchika, fast asleep. It's small consolation, but it's all we have. Bowen takes command in setting up the camp. Her directions are quick and precise, and we all busy ourselves with our duties. Mikazuchi and the twins are given the duty of keeping watch. Jackawalt and Ogi are on firewood duty. Norsi, Kiru, and Audie in charge of finding food.
宗近はアンジュのそばにいてあげて。
Munuchika, will you stay beside Aji?
心得た。
Understood.
猫ネとルルティエは私と一緒に食事の支度をお願い。
Nico, Ruthie, can you help me get ready to cook?
わかりましたです。
Understood.
はい、すぐに火を起こします。
Yes, I'll get the fire started immediately.
では、私もお手伝いいたします。
You go elsewhere. In that case, I'll help as well.
さあ、ぐずぐずしてると日が暮れちゃう。すぐに取り掛かろう。
If we take too long, the sun's going to set on us. We better move on. Dawn claps her hands, hurrying us along. Dawn, what should I do?
水を汲んできて、この道に沿っていけば川が流れているから。
Could you go get us some water? There should be a river if you follow along this road. Understood. Kokopo. Will you help me then, Kokopo? I follow Cone's path, and sure enough, I find a small river after some walking. I fill the leather container full of water and stack it on Kokopo's back. I'm surprised she knew there would be a river here. Oh. Is this where she found him? As I turn back, about to head to the campsite, I see something extending up into the sky. Is that? Back at our arrival point, I see a spire towering in the evening sky. Looks out of place, like it doesn't belong in this world. Some kind of tower? Ah, right. I need to hurry up and get this water back for everyone. Our tent is eventually ready, and our meal soon after. Wild game of the mountains, fish, and some wild vegetables are spread out before us.
すごいごちそうになっちゃったね。
Looks like it turned into quite a feast.
まるでお宿におるみたいやえ。
It's like a good old pub dinner.
アマムの粉と塩があって助かりました。
I'm glad we had some Amon powder and salt on hand.
食欲をそそられる。この香りがたまらん。
Indeed, truly appetizing. Just the scent of it makes my mouth water.
はい。途中で猫ネ様が香草を取ってきてくれましたので。
Yes, Miss Nico found some herbs along the way. As we all eat together, chatting about the taste, Anji alone remains completely silent. She does not touch her food.
ちゃんと食べないとダメかな。
You ought to have some food, I think.
欲しくないのじゃ。
I am not hungry.
ダメ。
I'm not taking no for an answer. She thrusts a Amana Unai towards Anju.
とにかく食べてみて。お腹が膨れれば大抵のことは乗り越えられるから。
Just give it a try. I find a lot of things are less distressing on a full stomach.
フミリルも笑ってないでアンジュに。
Stop laughing and help me get Anju some.
クーちゃんが言うと重みが違うなって。
Oh, I was just thinking that sentiment means more coming from you. Rumorel's observation sends a chuckle through the group. They're all trying to help, both my liege and I. If you will not take it, my liege, then I shall have some in your stead. With that, I take the Aman Uni and handed toward Anju and bite into it. Delicious. I can tell this was crafted specifically to your taste, my liege.
あの、
ちらをどうぞ。
Please have this. Ruthie holds out a new uni, and this time Anju takes it. Her gaze hardened in resolve, and I watch her take a bite. She chews slowly.
うまい。
It's good. Dam breaks, and tears begin rolling down Anju's cheeks again as she speaks.
うまい。
It really is delicious. Even through her tears, Anju continues to eat. Evening fades into quiet night as we sit there, gathering together around the fire. Sleep seems impossible. I could hear everyone else breathing in the tent, soft and even. I try closing my eyes, but after several minutes of fruitless stillness, I give up and open them once more. Is this all on Chocobo's back? 'Cause that's a lot of stuff to be hauling around. I slip out of my blankets and head outside the tent.
旦那、こんな夜更けにどうしたい？
Something got you up this late, boss? Jekyll noses my exit, sitting nearby the fire for his turn on watch duty. No, nothing nothing noteworthy.
ああ、爽やかい。もうすぐ冬になるとか聞いちまうと、自然と近くなっていけねえや。
Ah, feeling the call of nature, always creeping up on you once winter blows the cold in? Yes, that is it.
襲ってくるようなもんの気配はねえが、気をつけるじゃない。
Well, I don't think there's anything around to attack us. But don't let your guard down, yeah? I'm well aware. Jekyll smiles, giving me a lazy wave as I leave the campsite. I wander aimlessly in the wild until I find myself drawn into the ruins. I step into the darkness, not much different from the dark night air. In the dimness, I realize the master key has a faint glow to it, as if in response the ceiling flickers with a dim light. The facility still functions? No. This facility's true functions are long gone. These lights are just showing me the path, nothing more. Thinking to myself, I continue on through the dimly lit hallway. The door to the gate room remains ajar from Aji's push. It feels empty here, like time stopped. I blankly stare around, taking in the empty space of the room. As I stare around the room, memories bubble up and disappear in my mind. Flashes of my brother. What is this? It feels like there's a hole in my chest. It didn't feel like this the first time I heard he died. Bro, this time, you're really gone, aren't you? It finally hits me. I have nobody left. Nobody who remembers my true past. I crouch in the darkness, huddling in my robes. For a long while, I don't move. But then I notice a sound. Is that singing? Heard on the night wind, the song seems to be coming from somewhere above. I rise and start making my way up the spiral staircase as though drawn to the rooftop. Little by little, the sound gets louder until I can hear it clearly. The twins. As I emerge at the top, I see that the land looks much brighter than I thought it would be. The fire still must be burning. An orange glow has settled over the horizon, where everything would ordinarily be dark. Beyond the broken down framework, I spot two faces I come to recognize. The two of them stare straight ahead, as if singing to the entire Imperial capital. It's a warm sound, one that sinks into the heart. It's a serenade tingled with sadness. Serenade. Ah, I see now. It's for everyone who lost their lives in the Imperial capital, and for my brother and Hanukkah. A requiem. I stand there, too entranced by the song to call out to them. but eventually their song comes to the end. They probably know I've been here. Both of them turn, staring at me. You're gonna catch a chill out here. You should start heading back now. What's the matter?
歌を
The song?
このままもう少し歌っていてもよろしいですか？
Would you allow us to sing here for a little while longer?
主上とお母様を安らかにお送りしたいのです。
We wish to send off my lord and mother, so that they may rest in peace. Their refusal takes me aback. Obedience has always been their only response to whatever I ask. This is the first time they've ever protested my words. I do not mind, however. I knew they weren't just mindless following orders until now, but they've finally shown some signs of wavering. I guess my brother and Hanaka's death must really be affecting them. My surprise must be showing on my face. The twins stay silent for a moment, and then begins to speak quietly.
私たちは違う。
We are not like them.
私たちの部族は強大な力に対抗するべく創造されし種。
Our race was created as a countermeasure against those with great power.
最高位たる我ら鎖のカムナギ。
We are the pinnacle, the kami andi of chains.
ヤマトにあだなす者をその力をもって封する定めを授かりし者。
We are the ones fated to seal away any beings of power that would threaten Yamato.
二人で一人。
Together, we are one.
片方は大宮司の記憶と意志を継承し、新たな大宮司として主上を支える役目を。
One will inherit the memories and will of the High Priestess, and will take on the duty of aiding my lord as the High Priestess.
つなぐ。
Bound.
もう片方は時代のための新たな生命を宿す。
And the other will bear new life for the next generation.
永遠に終わらない。
Infinite and eternal.
それは輪廻となって長い長い時を紡いできました。
We are condemned to the cycle of reincarnation. Our fate has been woven for a long time. Inherited memories? Is this memory transcription? A merging of minds? Was my brother that desperate to remake her? I do remember you mentioning that Hanukkah is not your true mother.
正確にはおば。
Our aunt, more accurately.
私たちを産んでくれた母は幼い頃に亡くなりました。
Our birth mother died while we were still young. I see. I knew these two were more than they seem, but I didn't expect something like this.
本来なら違った。
Our fate would have been different.
私たちもどちらかがお母様と融合してほのかという存在となり、どちらかが次の世代を育む、そのはずでした。
If all... Okay. So, they're eternal twins. There'll always be two. One would be the priestess and one would be the birth mother of the next twins, who would then merge with the... Okay. Who had been taken over by Hanukkah. Consciousness that's in tribe. Okay. If all went as planned, one of us would merge with Mother to become Hanukkah. The other would bear the next generation. But everything changed.
主様が現れた。
You appeared, Master.
そのことで私たちのお役目は終わり、輪廻も終わりを迎えたのです。
And those, the duties we had always been bound to, came to an end. The cycle was over at last. Why?
主上は後継者として主様を選んだ。
Our Lord chose you to be as a successor, Master.
そしてこれからは 主様に仕えるようにおっしゃいました。
And our new orders were to serve you.
お母様は自らのことのように喜び祝福してくれました。私たちが主様と結ばれますようにと。
Mother was so overjoyed. She gave us her blessing instantly. She prayed that we will be espoused to you. Espoused to you.
私たちのため
It was all for us.
主様こそが私たちを永劫に続く輪廻の檻から解放できるのだと。
She believed that you were the one who could release us from this cycle, these chains, Master.
とても嬉しそうにそう語ってくださいました。
She was so happy as she told us all this.
でも出会った時わかった。
But we knew, the moment we met you,
私たちは最初から主様のためだけに生まれてきたのだと。
we were born with the sole purpose of serving you, Master.
胸が締め付けられた。
We felt the tightness in our chests.
釣り鐘のように胸が高鳴り顔がほてりました。
With clarity we had never known, we could hear our hearts beating, like bells ringing aloud. We felt our faces flush with warmth.
主様と会うごとにその思いは確信となり胸に深く刻まれてゆきました。
And more we saw you, the more we were sure, and so you were etched within our hearts.
すべて必然
It was all destiny.
巡り合ったこの方こそが私たちの我が君なのだと。
We knew that this man was the one we were meant for, our Lord.
歌われるもの
Utawarerumono.
この方こそ新たな御神となられるお方なのだと。
We sensed that this man would become our new Ankaimai.
私たちは主様と共にある。
Our fate lies with you, Master.
たとえ主情やお母様の言葉がなくとも私たちはいつか主様のもとに馳せ参じたことでしょう。
Even if my lord or mother had said nothing of it, we knew we would have found our way to your side, Master. Silence falls as they finish their confession. Now the twins only stare back towards the pure capital, still lit by the fires in the wreckage. So, these two are effectively the caretakers of this world's history. I always wonder why they were so dedicated to someone like me. I guess this is why.
ごめんなさい、主様。
So we apologize, Master,
愛していたお母様に
for our mother, who we loved,
愛していたお父様に
and for our father, who we loved.
安らぎの歌を
We wish for a song to bring them rest.
だから今だけは
So please, just for now,
二人だけにさせてください。
let the two of us be alone, together. They state their requests together, as if the two of them are a single person. I can see the apologies in their eyes, their pleas for my forgiveness. And I can tell they don't want me to stay. They don't want me to endure this cold for their sake. I guess they are still looking after me. You may do as you please.
はい、主様。
Thank you, Master. Soft smiles accomplished their response. I head down the spiral staircase once more, but the prospect of trying to get back to sleep makes me hesitate. Instead, I wander aimlessly through the passageway of the ruin.
眠れないの？
Having trouble sleeping? Sudden voice makes me turn, and I see Cone standing there quietly. Cone. I was just listening to an old story. A very precious one.
そう。
I see. Cone just smiles. It doesn't pry any further.
私も眠れなくて、ちょっと散歩に出ていたら、歌声が聞こえたから。
I couldn't sleep either, so I thought I'd take a little walk, and then I heard some singing.
と、一緒にいていい？
Can I stay here with you? Cone must be being considerate. She answered all my questions before I even asked. I nodded in response, giving her a small smile. Cone still keeps a bit of a distance, leaning against the wall. She casts a thoughtful gaze around the area.
ここ、懐かしいな。
This place is so nostalgic now. Her muttered words catch my attention. You know something about this rune? She hesitates only for a moment more, then speaks with a strange determination in her voice.
ついてきて。見せたいところがあるんだ。
Could you follow me? There's some place I want to show you. She leads me towards the exterior wall of the ruin. Part of the wall crumbles, and I can see a rope hanging down from a hole. It sways in the wind, as if beckoning me to climb.
こっちだよ。
This way. Leaving me standing there in confusion, Cone leaps onto the rope and begins nimbly making her way upward. Well, she never changes. Where exactly is she taking me? I follow her after her, my mind made up. The awkward footing and the absolute darkness makes it a difficult climb, but I somehow make it to the top. At the end, I find a crack just big enough for a person to squeeze through.
暗いから気をつけて。
It's a little dark, so be careful. With that, Cone easily slips through. Sounds like she knows the way pretty well. On the other side, I find a hallway. A thick darkness seems to swallow everything up, more oppressive than the chamber with the gate. Cone? A light? In an instant, a faint light begins to fill the hallway.
光が。
Light! Ah, it must be this. I take out the master key.
なら、ここはまだ生きているんだね。
Then that means that there's still life in this facility. Barely, though. We make our way forward through the dimly lit hallway. At the end, we find a wall. A dead end?
ちょっと待って。
Nope, hold on a second. Cone walks to the wall and puts her hand on the identification device embedded there.
確か、こうして、こうだっけ？
I think I do this, then this. She begins tracing her fingers on the pad, as if drawing a shape.
こうで、
Um,
あれ？
then I do this? Huh? As Cone struggles with the pad, I hold the master key close to over her shoulder. A light runs through the wall, and an unseen door opens.
便利なんだね。
Well, that's handy. He seems about to say something else, but I'm already heading inside. The room is small, about the size of a hospital room, maybe. In the middle, I see something vaguely familiar. There were a lot of these in the Utawarerumono ruins, I remember. It's probably a medical capsule of some kind. So there was somebody inside this thing? I take a step closer to it, strangely drawn, and I hear Cone's voice as she moves forward.
ここが全ての始まり。
This is where it all began. Her eyes soften as she runs her hand across it, her gaze somewhat far away.
ここはね、
This place,
ここに、ハクが眠っていたの。
this is where you slept, Haku. What? Here? I tried tinkering with the side controls just in case there's any personal information, but all I get is an error message on the blue screen. The identification system must have been damaged during all the chaos of the calamity. That explains why my brother couldn't find me. It's a shame about the records, but I guess I should count myself lucky that I didn't lose any of the actual life support systems. My head spins as I stare down at this, cradled I once slept in. Then Cone begins to speak as though just remembering something.
話したことがあったよね。子供の頃から知らない土地や場所に行くのが好きだったって。
I think I told you before, but ever since I was a child, I loved exploring new lands and discovering new things.
お母様たちにバレたら怒られるから、こっそり部屋を抜け出してはいろいろなところに行ったんだ。
My mothers would get angry if they found out, so I always sneaked out of my room and ended up going to all sorts of places.
大きくなってからは見聞を広めるって理由であちこち旅をしてた。
Then I got older. I used the excuse that I wanted to broaden my horizons and ended up traveling to those horizons.
そんな時、このヤマトの噂を耳にしたの。
That was when I heard rumors about this place, land of Yamato.
それで、いても立ってもいられなくて、お母様たちに話しても反対されるから、黙って海を渡ったの。
I couldn't wait to go. I knew my mothers would be against the idea if I told them, so I just crossed the ocean on my own.
初めての船旅は、とても楽しかった。ヤマトについても、初めて見るものばかりで、ずっと興奮してた。
My first trip over the sea was so much fun. Everything in Yamato was so new and exciting. I couldn't contain myself.
そして、この国で初めて立ち寄った集落で、いつものように聞いたんだ。この辺りに太古の遺跡はないって。
And at the very first village I arrived in, I did what I always did on my travels. I asked if there were any ancient ruins nearby.
それで、ここのことを知ったの。
That's how I learned about this place.
この遺跡に来た時、それほど期待してはなかったんだ。
When I first came to this room, I didn't think I'd find anything too exciting.
散々調べ尽くされた後だって分かったし、そう都合よく見たいものに出会えるわけじゃないから。
I already knew that the place had been...
何か気になって。
I knew already that the place had been searched top to bottom. I didn't think I'd find anything I was looking for. Still, I had a feeling.
それがただの直感だったのか、それとも何かの導きだったのか。正直、私にもよくわからないけど。
I don't know if that was just instinct or something else trying to guide me. Honestly, I'm not sure even now.
何か見落としがあるんじゃないかっていろいろ調べてたら、偶然中に入れそうな亀裂を見つけて。
I was looking through this place, trying to find anything others had missed. Then, by coincidence, I found that I could fit through the gap. Coincidence?
うん、本当に偶然だった。
By sheer coincidence.
足を踏み入れて、すごく興奮したのを覚えてる。そこは誰にも荒らされた形跡のないまっさらな状態だって分かったから。
I remember the thrill that ran through me. The moment I set foot in here, I could tell I was the first one to search it. It was all untouched.
でも、もっと驚くことがあった。天井にはうっすらと明かりが灯り、星空みたいにあちこちで小さな光が瞬いてた。
Um, but something shocked me even more. The ceiling was glowing with faint lights, like starlight, shining in the dark sky.
他と違ってこの部屋は生きていた。
Unlike the other rooms, this place still had life left in it.
夢中になってあちこち調べていたら指先が何かに触れたんだと思う。
I got a little carried away searching the place. I think my fingers must have brushed against something.
突然壁が動き出して冷たい空気と一緒に中からそれがせり出してきて
The walls suddenly began to move, and all of a sudden, that thing popped out with a rush of cold air.
混乱している私をよそにゆっくりと蓋が開いたんだ。
And as I stood there trying to work out what had happened, the lid began to open. Cohen stares in my eyes, as if her story was occurring right before us. That's right.
ハクが眠っていたんだ。
You were sleeping here, Haku. I was right here. As I looked upon the empty medical pod, Cohen begins to speak again, her voice soft this time, like she's telling an old story.
すぐに分かった。人であって人でない姿。言い伝えと同じだったから。
I could tell instantly, a form-like person, but not quite the same. I heard of it in myths.
この人はきっと歌われるものなんだって。
This person was, without a doubt, one of the Utawarerumono.
オンビ大家やそのお方なんだって。
None other than the Anavidikanya of the legend.
ずっと会ってみたかった。話してみたいことが、聞いてみたいことがいっぱいあった。
I always wanted to meet one. There was so much I wanted to say, so much I wanted to ask.
言い伝えは本当なのか、どんな暮らしをしていたのか。
Whether the legends were true, what kind of life they lived,
どんなものを食べていたのか、どんなお風呂があったのか、どんな家族がいたのか。
what kind of thing they ate, how they bathed, what their families were like.
この人が目を覚ませば、私の知りたいいろいろなことを教えてくれるんじゃないかって。
And when this person awoke, I hoped he would be able to answer all my questions.
だけど、ハクは目を覚まさなかった。体が冷え切って、ひどく衰弱していて。
But you never woke up. Your body was so cold and weak.
それで、私はすぐに外に運び出して、天幕に寝かせて看病したの。
So that's why I took you back to my tent and tried to nurse you back to health.
看病しているとき、嬉しかった。ときめいた。
She was feeling like she had a new toy.
今でも忘れない。
I was so happy. Taking care of you, my heart leapt. My heart leapt every time I looked at you. I'll never forget how that felt.
だって、失われた歴史の生き証人が目の前にいるんだもの。
A living witness. Proof of the lost past was right before my eyes.
でも、
But
ハクが目覚めたとき、それは後悔に変わった。
when you woke, Haku, All my joy changed to regret in an instant.
あの時の悪は弱々しくて、とても一人で生きていくことができそうになかったから。
You really were weak back then. There was no way you could have survived on your own.
何より、この人は一人ぼっちじゃないかってことに気づいちゃったから。
What's more, I found that this person I found was all alone now.
もしかしたら、私はとても残酷なことをしたんじゃないかって。
Awakening you might have been the cruelest thing I ever done to someone. Her voice low, a note of misery creeping in. Cone. Abandoned? Huh? I've been abandoned. Not a single person in the world knew about me, or knew my past.
ハック、
Haku? But I was never alone. Because of all of you, we walked together, laughed together, fought together. I even got to reunite with my long lost brother in the end. Then, I had you beside me, Cone. Yeah, I was never alone. I was never lonely at all. Thank you. I'm here now because you found me, Cone.
ハック、
Haku,
そっか、
I see.
そう思っててくれてたんだ。
That's how you thought of it. I could see tears shining in Cone's eyes. She quickly looks down, probably to keep me from seeing. She quietly leans her head against my chest, as if to hide her face from me. Cone?
ごめん、
Sorry.
少しだけこのままでいさせて。
Can I stay like this? Just for a little while longer? Cone. She's so headstrong. I forgot that she can be fragile. All I can think about is how important this feels to me, here and now. Yeah, that's right. I forgot something important. Or maybe it's more important that I just remembered.
思い出した。
Remembered. Instead of answering, I wrap my arms around her and pull her close. She raises her head, surprised. Cool. For a moment, I see confusion in Cohen's eyes. I see my own reflection in Cohen's eyes. Closer and closer, her eyes are mine. Her eyes on mine. Her lips against mine. I can feel Cohen trembling in my arms. Her first kiss. But the tension slowly leaves her body. Cohen leads into me, and I hold her even tighter. Like I'll never going to let her go. I can feel our thoughts running together. I don't know how long we spent like that. Eventually, I relaxed my arms around her and I give her some space. I remember I never shown you how I feel. I managed to wake up as the sun raises and walk back towards the campfire. It looks like everyone else is already up. Haju seems like she's feeling a little better, and Koen seems like she always does.
ん、どうかした？
Hmm? Is something the matter? No, nothing. I'm definitely acting more awkward than usual. I can't help but think about her when I see her. Achoo!
もうやくや。
Ugh, jeez, Jack.
うっとすまねえ。だがな、何やら昨日に比べて妙に寒くねえか？
Whoops, my bad. Just feels colder than it did yesterday, didn't it?
確かに、私も今朝は妙に肌寒く感じる。
Brr, yeah, it does. Ever since I woke up, there's been this chill in my bones.
私もかな。昨日冬になるって話をしていたけど、
Mine as well. I remember yesterday there was some talk about an everlasting winter. I nodded in response, seeing her look to me. This land of Yamato was protected by a star in the heavens. The star had the star was what maintained warmth across the land, ensured bountiful harvests. It supported the lives of the people. However, after generating a sun's worth of energy to destroy the Tannery, the sun has now gone dormant.
星。
Star.
それがなくなったから冬になるってこと？
And now that it's dormant, we're back to winter? Without the protection of the Mikado's star, this land will never know spring again. An eternal winter will extend on the land. The harvest will be barren.
でもそんな話聞いたことないです。
But I have never heard of such a thing.
事実
It is the truth.
かいつまんで説明するならそういうことになります。
To put it simply, that is how it is.
あやや、地面がダメなら海に逃げんと。
Oh dear. Well, if the land's going belly up, we might have to escape to the ocean. If this winter continues on, even the ocean may freeze over. That's the one thing I'm a little confused about. Wouldn't the weather have changed over the years? So sunlight could come in? Or what is your regular sun doing? Or are we so far? No, even the ocean's supposed to be freezing over. Is it just a? It's been over. Yeah, something's weird about this setup. The world should be at least somewhat reverted back after how many hundreds of years? Yeah, something should have changed. If this winter continues on, even the oceans may well freeze over. There will be many deaths from hunger and from the bitter cold.
そしていずれは雪と氷に覆われてしまう。
And eventually this land will be buried in snow and ice. A heaviness hangs in the air.
よく聞いてみれば一大事ではないか。
I've given it a lot of thought, and I think it's safe to say this is serious.
よく聞かなくても一大事です。
I've given it considered less thought, and I arrived at the same conclusion.
世界のすべてが凍りつくなら逃げようがないじゃない。
If the whole dang world freezes over, there's gonna be nowhere left for us to run, yeah?
何か良い手はないのか。
Is there something we can do? Suddenly Mikazuchi, silent now, speaks up.
何やら策があるのだろう。
You have some scheme brewing, don't you? I shall call to the star and try to awaken it once more. That should restore this land to the way it once was.
それはどのようにして？
And how might one do such a thing? We may once have been able to call it from the imperial capital, but now we must find another location that can reach out to it.
兄上、なぜそんなことをし？
Brother, how exactly do you know all the... Gah! Hone and others swiftly elbow Kiru in the side.
どうして？
Why?
なるほどね。ま、よくわからねえが、その星と交信できる場所
I'm somewhat wondering if he doesn't even notice, or he notices, but he's just so dense. Gotcha. Well, it ain't too clear on the details, but basically you need to get to some place you can send a message to that star, yeah? Yes, and we must find it quickly. It won't take long before the snow starts falling all over Yamato.
雪？ヤマト全土にですか？
Snow? In all Yamato?
そうなれば作物への被害は甚大になりますね。
If that comes to pass, the agricultural losses would be immense and far-reaching.
国が揺らいでいる時に飢饉なんて起きたら取り返しのつかないことに。
The land's already in turmoil. If they have to go through a famine now, we might never recover. My liege?
ヤマトが冬に覆われるのは防がねばならない。それはわかる。じゃが
We must stop Yamato from being engulfed by this eternal winter. That I understand. Yet, from the way she's speaking, I can already tell what's bothering her. Rest assured, I don't intend on abandoning the people. I was planning on asking the Owl of Kujuru to help us with this.
お父様に
My father? Yes, by Kone's account, this place is not so far from the capital of Kujuru. I would appreciate it if you would help me convince your father to help us, Ruthie.
はいもちろん私でお力になれるのでしたら
Yes, of course. I would be glad to help.
そうか、大勢に。
I see, yes, Azen.
合わせて他の国の王路にも動いていただくとよろしいかと。
It would serve us to unite the owls of the other nations nearby and have them coordinate their efforts. Indeed, once they hear of the danger, I'm sure they will act with all due haste.
では一度九十里王のところへ赴き、各方面への手配をするということか。
Let us first go speak with the Owl of Kujuru. We should be able to make contact with the others from there. And nod at Munuchika's words, then look to Aju. Does this meet with your approval?
わかったのじゃ。必要な文ならいくらでも書くぞ。
Indeed. If you have need of requests penned by my hand, I will write anything you may require. Aji excels in relief. Mikazuchi seems satisfied by Aju's reaction. He speaks once again.
ならばそちらは貴様に任せる。
In that case, I'll leave it to you.
俺は急ぎテートに戻り、その様子を確かめるとしよう。まだテートがあればの話だが。
For my part, I will rush home to the Imperial capital to see what has become of it. If there is even anything left, anyway. Mikazuchi.
俺はもののふだ。からくりのことなどわからぬ。
I am a Manifo. I know nothing of all this mystic machinery.
ならば、好みが役立つ方を選ぶまでのこと。おそらくテートやその周辺はひどく混乱しているだろうからな。
So instead, I'll follow a path where I can be of some use. By now, it's likely the chaos has spread to those who live just outside the capital.
ヤマトの民草を生きている者がいるのならば助けねば。
If the citizens of Yamato, if there are any survivors, it is my duty to help them.
先の帝より受けた勅命は俺の中でまだ生きている。
I still have a duty to uphold the former Mikado's imperial command, and I'll not soon forget it. I see. Very well. I'll leave the imperial capital to you. Mizuchi nods to me, then turns towards Aju.
聖女、しばしのお別れです。
My liege, I will be taking my leave for a while.
何かあればすぐに知らせるのじゃ。これからも左近衛大将として世を助けてほしい。
Very well. If anything happens, be sure you contact us. Remember that I will need you by my side as Imperial Guard of the Left.
御意。
As you command.
我らも役目を果たし次第、すぐに参る。
Once we have fulfilled our duty, we shall quickly follow.
あなたはさまつなことと言うかもしれないけど、お礼を言わせて。ありがとう。
You might not think it's necessary, but I want to thank you for all your help. We're in your debt.
クーちゃんやオシトル様を助けていただきありがとうございました。
I'm so grateful you saved Cone, Ku, and Sir Oster. Thank you so much.
感謝。
We are grateful.
三日月様の働き、先の帝もさぞお喜びのはずです。
I am sure the former Mikado would be happy to know all you have done for us.
道中どうかお気をつけて。
Please take care on your way.
短い間だったが寂しくなるじゃない。
I was just getting used to having you around. I'm gonna miss you, big guy.
寂しくなるぞ。
Miss you, big guy.
一度ちゃんと刃を交えてみたかった。
I was hoping we'd get a chance to spar, even just once. Shame.
今よりもっと強くなり、きっと三日月様と並び立てる男になってみせます。
I will continue to grow stronger. One day, I promise I will become your equal in strength.
困ったことがあればいつでも私を頼るといい。イズルハとの決命は永遠だぞ。
If you ever run into trouble, you can come to me. Izaruha blood oaths are sworn for life.
姉上、そのようなことをなさった記憶はないのですが。
Perhaps so, dear sister, but I don't recall you swearing one.
まあ一度くらいなら頭を撫でても文句は言わないのです。
Well, I suppose you may pat my head just this once. Mikazuchi smirks, fondly tousling Nico's hair. Finally, he turns to me.
しとる。その首、俺以外の者に落とされるなよ。
Oster, don't forget, nobody gets to take your head but me. Got that? Yes, naturally.
では、いずれかの戦場でまた相まみえようぞ。
Good. Then let us meet again on another battlefield.
言ってもうたね。
And there he goes.
けれど民のことは三日月や他のみんなに任せるとして、問題なのは星に語りかける場所かな。
We can leave the citizens of Yamato to Mikazuchi and whoever else. Right now, we need to find a place where we can contact the star, I think.
そうだ、そいつが肝心だったな。旦那、どっかに当てはあるのかい？
Yeah, sounds like that's our next job. You got anywhere in mind, boss? I can't say for certain.
ここの遺跡は使えないの？
Can't we use these runes here? No, I looked around. All the rooms that might have had the tools we needed have been crushed by the rubble. All the Master Key can do here is turn on the lights. It's fair to say this facility otherwise useless by now.
そう。
I see. Cone looks down, disappointed.
ではめぼしい遺跡をしらみつぶしに当たっていくしか。
Which means we may have to investigate likely rune sites sequentially. As long as we have the mastery, there may still be runes that we can breathe new life into. We have to believe in that. Everyone falls silent. Perhaps just now they're realizing how shaky our plan is. Even after all that, there's no guarantee this will work. Damn it. Wish I had asked my brother while I still could. I suddenly feel a tug at my sleeve from behind. I turn to find the twins staring at me with their usual emotionless expression. What is it, you two? What I hear next stuns me.
知ってる。
We know. What?
星を導く場所に心当たりがあります。
We may know a location from which you may command the star. Is that true?
多分
Most likely.
確実とは言えませんが。
We cannot say for certain, however. A hubbub raises at their words, all of us eager to know more. It matters not if you are uncertain. Can you elaborate? The twins nod together.
お城。
The castle. Castle?
九十里の城でそれらしいものを見ました。
We found something within the castle of Kujuru. Maybe what you seek.
まさかあそこに
Huh? You mean it's in there? You know about it?
詳しくは。でも以前ご覧になられた通り、九十里の城は遺跡を再利用して建てられた城です。
Not in detail. But as you have seen before, the castle of Kujuru was built using the remains of old ruins.
もちろん遺跡としてはすでに抜け殻みたいなもので大したものはなかったのですが、
Of course, the ruins themselves aren't much more than empty shells by now. There shouldn't be much of significance still there.
でも最近増築した際にいくつか新しい遺跡が見つかったのです。
But recently, when we were expanding the castle, we found several new ruins.
そうした未発掘の遺跡は帝にお知らせするのが古来からの習わしとなっています。
It has been tradition since ancient times that we report to the Mikado when a new ruin is discovered.
それで遺跡を調査するために帝都からお二人が城に参られたのですが、
That was why the two of them came from the imperial capital to our castle, to investigate the ruins we had just uncovered. That's right. I think back at the very first time I encountered the twins. Unka said he was in the middle of transporting some relics to the capital back then. So that must have been what they dug up from inside the castle of Kujuru.
でもてっきりお二人が掘り尽くしたものだと思っていたのですが、
But I thought the two of you had already excavated all there was to find.
掘り出してない。
We did not.
とても重要だったけれど、大きすぎて掘り出せなかったものもありました。
There were other artifacts of great significance, but they were too large to transport,
それで封印した。
which is why we sealed it.
ですから、それには手をつけず、封印を施した秘密の場所があります。
Which is why there is a secret location that is still sealed away, untouched. And there you have it. If that's the case, all the more reason for us to head to the castle of Kujuru. Alright, we shall depart as soon as we are prepared for travel, then. Deep underground in the imperial capital, in a vast open chamber surrounded by on all sides by a reinforced wall of composite metal. This place is the final evacuation area, an impenetrable shelter meant for the Mikado himself. The facility seems to have taken heavy damage. Mounted lights in the middle of the room operate at minimal power, only a dim glow. And in one corner of this chamber, crouching down against the wall, almost completely alone, Wushi remains.
王子様、食事をお持ちしました。
Lord Wushi, we have brought you something to eat.
いりません。
No need.
ですが、
But
少しは召し上がりませんと。お体に触ります。
you must eat something. If you do not eat, it will begin to negatively affect your health.
いらぬと言っている。
I thought I told you I don't need it. Wushi lashes out in anger. His hand knocks the tray from Liveroon's hand, sending nutrient paste and water across the floor.
リベルに。
Liveroon. Wushi clutches his hand in a white-knuckled fist. His shoulders begin to tremble.
消えなさい。私の前から。
Get out of my sight,
王子様、
Lord Wushi.
そうやって従順なふりをしていても、腹の底では私をバカにしているのでしょう。
He's now going the opposite way. You act so obediently now. But I could tell. Deep in your hearts. I can hear you're mocking me. You're laughing at me, aren't you?
そんなこと。
That is not.
何をおっしゃいます？我々は。
What are you saying? We.
笑いなさい。私は父上の後継者などではなかった。それどころか、父上のクローン。
Laugh all you like. I was never my father's successor. Not even close. Just a clone.
私もまた、アンジュと同じ、ただのまがいものだったのです。
I was just like Aju. Just a fake.
アンジュをあれほどバカにしておきながら、まったく、とんだお笑い草ですね。
And you were an idiot. That was all it was. And after I gave Aju such a speech. Who is the puppet? Indeed. I must look quite the fool.
いえ、今でも我らにとり、ウォシス様こそが帝の真の後継者でございます。
Never. To us, you will always be the true heir to the Mikado's name, Lord Wushi.
信じられるものか。父上、シチーリア、皆私を裏切る。
No.
どうせお前たちも。
No, I won't fall for that. Father, Citratria, they all betrayed me. And so will you, in the end.
何をおっしゃいますか？決してそのような。
How could you say such a thing? We would never.
もういい。今すぐここから出ていけ。
I've had enough. Get out, now!
私に触れ
Do
るな。
not, do not touch me!
御心のままに。
As you wish.
おいたわしい。ボシス様。
It pains me to see him like this, Lord Wushi.
どうしたら。もう我らの心は。
It never reached him in the first place. What can we do? Will our words never reach his heart ever again?
あの裏切り者、シチーリアのせいで。
It is the fault of that traitor, Citratria.
あいつのことは口にするな。我らが創造主であり、絶対たるウォシス様より賜った恩を忘れ、あのような蛮行に走るなど。
Do not speak his name. Lord Wushi is our creator, our eternal master, and we paid Lord Wushi's kindness with such atrocity.
そうだ。ウォシス様に知っていただかなくては。
Yes, we must make Lord Wushi see
僕たちは決してウォシス様を裏切ったりなどしないと。
that we will never betray his trust.
絶対に。
Yes, never.
すべてはウォシス様のために。
We give ourselves unto Lord Wushi. Okay, now onto the next story progress. Looks like a battle coming up. So the rune was here and the capital is somewhere in this area. Oh.
聖女、それにオストル殿、よくぞご無事は。
My liege, Lord Oster, I am so glad that Groof got punched.
父上。
Father. Oh, my dearest Lord Oster.
私の
Dearest?
オストル様
Sir Oster?
いつの間に
When did...
オストル様のご帰還一日先週の思いでお待ちしておりました
I have been faithfully waiting your return, my Lord Oster. Each passing moment felt to me like an eternity. I apologize that I have caused you such concern.
いえいえ必ずや私の元へと戻って来られると信じておりましたから
Not at all. I had every faith that you would return to my side once again. There is one duty I cannot abandon. I will not let myself die until I have fulfilled it.
つまりそれは私との
Oh,
オストル様
oh, you mean for you and I to... Oh, my Lord Oster.
あの いい加減話を進めてくれるかな。
She's in her own delusional. I do beg your pardon, but I believe we have some important matters to discuss. Indeed. We do not have time for trivial matters now.
こんなこと。
Trivial? She just collapsed to her knees suddenly, looking rather depressed. I wonder what's come over her. Lady Shiss, is something the matter? Did I say something to offend?
いや、なんでもない。オシトル殿は何も悪くはないのだ。すべての不祥の姉の不徳の致すところ。
No, not at all. You've done nothing wrong, Lord Oster. My foolish sister merely needs to keep her depravity in check.
そっとしておいてあげてください。
I think you should leave her be for now. Yes, well, I'll leave Lord Sis to the two of you. As for Lord Ozan... I look back to the throne. Ozan pulls himself back to his feet, shaking his head ruefully.
いやはや、これはまたみっともないところをお見せした。
Oh no. I suppose once again you have caught me in a rather embarrassing state. No, the fault is mine for asking an audience at such short notice. I begin bowing deeply to Lord Ozan, but he raises his hand to stop me.
いえ、今は非常時。それは一向に構いません。それより、一体何があったのでしょうか。
No apologies needed. It seems we're in a state of emergency. I do not grudge your urgency, but I must know, what has happened?
あの光の柱が現れたかと思えば、帝都からの連絡はすべて途絶。
Right after we saw that pillar of light descend, we lost all contact with the imperial capital.
状況を探らせるも報告は要領を得ず、どう動けばよいのか困っておりました。
We sought to gather more information on the situation, but nothing was conclusive. We were trying to decide what our next move should be.
オシトル殿、帝都で一体何が。
Lord Oster, what exactly happened in the imperial capital? We stand before you now because of what happened there. We are in dire straits and require your aid.
なんと。
I see. I must ask you to listen carefully. I will tell you what is currently happening in this country and what is to come.
よもや、帝都でそのようなことが。
How could such catastrophe befall the imperial capital? Once I recount the tragedy in the imperial capital, Ozan's face is much paler, realizing how much long-term harm could come after. We are in a race against time. We would ask that you mobilize your troops in order to aid the survivors and maintain order.
もちろんです。直ちに。
Of course, I shall do so at once.
お任せください、オシトル様。必ずやお役に立ってみせます。
Yes, of course. She bounces back quite quickly. Yes, of course. You may leave it in my hands, my Lord Oster. I promise that I will carry out your orders.
私たち二人の未来のために。
For the sake of our future together. Yes, for the good of the future. Her eyes, her pupils got hearts. I am fortunate indeed to have your support, lady. Shish is a great reassurance.
もちろんですとも。
Yes, yes, naturally.
大丈夫なのかな。
Is she really going to be okay?
俺もついていこう。姉上一人ではいろいろ心配だ。
I will go as well. The prospect of my sister handling things alone is a little worrying.
ヤシマも狙ってますの？渡しませんわよ。絶対に。
Yashima, are you after him too? Well, I won't let you.
この俺が一体何を狙っているというのだ。何を。
Beg your pardon? Am I after what precisely?
本当に大丈夫なのでしょうか、クーちゃん。
Who? Do you really think they're going to be all right?
さあ、
We'll see.
必要ならば我が名を好きに使うがよい。他の国の王らも直ちに協力を申し出るじゃろう。
You may invoke my name for whatever purpose you see fit. That should be enough to convince the other owls to assist you.
もったいなきお言葉。正常の御命預からせていただきます。
I am truly grateful. I shall do my utmost to uphold your name, my liege.
しかし、我らにこの混乱の収拾を任されるということは、オシュトル殿は。
But if you will not be joining us in maintaining the order in the capital, then what will you be doing, Lord Oster? We must prevent an approaching calamity. I do not have the time to explain fully, but the cataclysm that struck the imperial capital has badly affected the stars above.
星にですか?
The stars, you say? Indeed, I must correct the paths of the stars. Use an else an eternal winter will befall this land. In order to do this, there is something we must use in the ruins beneath this place. May I ask that you guide us there?
世からも頼む。世はお父上から託された民の未来を守らねばならんのじゃ。
I implore you, as well. I have a duty to protect the future of my land and my people. My father entrusted me with that duty.
星の話など、なんとも突拍子もない話でございますな。
All this talk of errant stars is a bit hard to believe.
しかし、オシュトル殿、それに正常がそうまでおっしゃるのなら、信じぬわけにはいかぬでしょう。
However, if Lord Oster and our liege deemed it necessary, I must not doubt.
では、
Then,
それが正常のお望みであ
if
る。
that's your will, my liege. Gah!
わかりました、オシュトル様。このシスが命に変えても、オシュトル様をご案内して差し上げますわ。
Understood, my Lord Oster. In that case, I will gladly serve as your guide to wherever you desire. Your duty is to aid the people of this country, Lady Sis. I cannot ask you to accept further obligation. What?
でも、
But I am most grateful for the thought. When this is over, let us share a drink together once more. She missed her chance. But you got too hyped to do the other job. Ah! Dorsey yelps as a droplet of water hits the back of her neck.
こら、びっくりするではないか。
Calm yourself! You gave me such a fright!
いや
Sorry.
でも、ここは随分と荒れているようだけど、大丈夫なのかな？
This area seems pretty worn down. Are you sure it's safe? Guided by Azan, we all follow through the underground parts of the castle. Many areas appear to be crumbling, held up only by dense support beams. Even our footing is unsteady as we casually proceed onward.
この遺跡がどのような言われのものなのかは存じ上げません。
I can't say I know what kind of ruin this is.
ですが、遺跡の核となる部分はとても頑丈に作られており、城として使う分には申し分のないものでした。
However, the center of the ruins is far more sturdy than this. It was ideal as a foundation for a castle's structure.
それでも近年は手狭になり、瓦礫で埋まり手つかずだった地下に新しい食料庫を増築するため掘り進んでいたのです。
However, we've been running out of space recently, so we began excavating the buried parts of the ruins to expand our food stores.
その際、瓦礫を撤去して見つけたのが、
And below all the rubble, we found this is. A large door now stands before us, adorned with gold and black striped patterns.
発見したとき、扉は下に降りておりました。
When we first discovered it, the door was completely shut.
ですが、鎖のカムナギのご指示で、わずかな隙間を見出し、中に入れるようになりました。
However, under the instructions of the Kaminagi of Chains, we managed to create a gap big enough so that we may enter.
なるほど。この取っ手を回せばいいのかい?
I get it. We just gotta spin this handle then? Jackalboat begins to rotate the handle, and the heavy door slowly begins to raise like a portcullis, creating a small gap below. This is it? I look to the twins for confirmation.
まだ奥。
Still deeper.
主様の望む部屋はあちらです。
The room that you seek is further within, Master. I nod towards the two of them, then turn to Azan. I'm sorry, but will you allow us to proceed on companies from here on?
心得ております。
I understand.
もとより、 遺跡は我らのような凡族が迂闊に触れて良いものではございません。
These ruins are not for the simple folk like us to freely enter. Pleasant gaze flickers towards the soldiers.
我らと連絡を取れるものをここに残します。ご用は彼らにお申し付けください。
I will leave them as messengers here. If there is anything you need, please do not hesitate to ask. Understood.
では
Excuse me then. Ozan leaves, leaving only us and the two soldiers of Kurujuru. I do not sense any danger ahead.
それはない。
There is none.
すでに調査済みです。たたりなどの危険はありません。
We have already surveyed the area. There is no danger of Tatter here. I see. Even still, I should stay cautious. We cannot say what may await us up ahead. Do not let your guard down. I instruct the Kurujuru soldiers to stand guard here, then crouch down to get under the heavy door. Beyond, the air feels cold and dry. As we all duck under the floor, we take a look at the ruins around us. Cracks line the walls, and much of the equipment inside has fallen to the ground. Unlike the halls before, however, it is mostly intact.
なるほど。食べ物を保存するにはちょうどいいな。
I see, yes, this area would be perfect for the sake of food storage.
それにしてもやけにガランとしてるね。
Place feels awfully empty for some reason.
もともと予備の施設であまり使われていなかったみたいなんです。備蓄してあった遺物の多くも帝に献上してしまいましたし。
I have heard this area is likely a spare facility and wasn't used for much. All the relics stored here were already sent to the Mikado too.
保存状態が良かった。
Preserved in good condition.
ですから端末もまだ生きている可能性があります。
That is why it's possible that the terminals may still be functional. We all follow the twins downstairs to the lower areas. At the bottom of the stairs, we find a flat wall, looming as if to block our way.
行き止まりのようだけど。
It looks like a dead end. The twins pause for a moment, then each place a hand against the wall. Instantly, a rectangular seam appears on the wall between the twins, and the structure rumbles gently as the sections move back.
おお、触れただけで。
Amazing. Just from touching it?
まさかこんな仕掛けになっていたなんて。
I had no idea that there was such a mechanism here.
さあ、主様。
Please, Master. So just past here, we'll find a terminal that can connect to Amada Trusia. Alright. I take the lead, striding ahead into the depths. It's gotten pretty quiet.
ああ、扉の中も暗くなった。だいぶ奥へと進まれたんだろう。
Yeah, it's all dark beyond the door now. They must be heading further in.
なあ、寒くないか。ここはこんなに寒かったか。
Kachu! Brr. Kind of colder than normal today, isn't it? Seems a bit early for winter, don't you think?
気を抜くな。確かにもう一枚上着が欲しいが、あの総大将のための仕事だぞ。
Don't let your guard down. I could do with another layer myself, but we're in the service of his high commander right now.
しかも先の大戦でも揺らがなかった程度がとんでもないことになってるさなかだ。よほど重要な任務なのだろう。
And the Imperial capital is in shambles now. After surviving that entire war unscathed, this must be a pretty important mission.
気づいたか。城の奥底なのに、皆刀を改めてから入っていったぞ。
Did you notice? Even though we were within the castle grounds, they all had their weapons ready when they went in.
うん。遺跡はまだ調べ尽くされたわけではないし、何か化け物が潜んでいるのかもしれん。
Well, it's not like we've investigated all the ruins. For all we know, there's monsters lurking in there too.
よ 寒くなったぞ。
Don't joke about stuff like that. This place feels even colder now.
大丈夫だ。さっきの大戦で見ただろ。あの鬼神のごとき勇士を。総大将がいれば、どんな困難にも勝利できる。
Nothing to worry about. You saw him in the war, right? He's like a god on the battlefield. If we have the High Commander here, we'll be fine.
確かに。遠くからでも分かったからな。
Yeah, I saw. I could see all of it. I even stationed way in the back lines. But you,
おいおい、あんな大戦を生き抜いたんだ。風邪などひくなよ。
come on, man. You survived the whole war, and now you're gonna let a cold take you out?
ああ、
Yeah, I guess.
何があろうと、総大将がいればヤマトは。
No matter what happens, as long as Yamato has the High Commander, and they get slashed. Suddenly, the light goes out.
No.
That's the one thing. How the hell did they get here so fast?
どうした？
What happened?
いや、明かりを確認せねば。
We ought to check on those lights.
Eh?
Huh? Ah!
なんだ？
What the?
うわ、
Monster! No!
そこが。
There! Ah! It's the Warbird. Orbeez. Yep. Shadows emerge from the surrounding darkness. They look to each other and nod, then glide forward, disappearing into the rune's depths. How the hell did they get so fast there? When we took a teleportation straight here, days before them, and it's like, this is dumb. This timing gap is annoying as hell they have in this. After following the hidden passageway, we eventually come out into a large open space. This must be it. The room appears separated into different floors, with a giant monitor and several control panels, a little like my brother's lab.
前に来た時は動かなかった。
It did not move the last time we came,
管理者でない私たちでは動かせませんでした。
because we are not administrators, we were unable to use them.
マスターキーが必要。
Master key needed.
端末が休止状態にあるなら、主様がマスターキーをかざせば
If the
答える
term
はずです。
if the terminal is currently dormant, it should respond and awaken to the master key. Joan and others watch anxiously from behind me. Stand your guard. Be ready for anything. Ah,
マスターキーを確認。全システムの封印を解除。
master key confirmed. Releasing locks on all systems.
ご命令をどうぞ。
Now listening for verbal command. I have but one command. Amistria. Restart all functions of Amistria. Trusu.
電源を確認。命令を受理。気象管理衛星アマテラスとの接続を開始。
Confirming authorization. Command accepted. Beginning connection with weather control satellite Montrusrasu. Hirasu.
接続完了。システムチェック開始。
Contacted. Beginning system diagnostics.
システム保護機構解除。アマテラス再起動まで10秒。
Releasing system safety measures. Amatricio will resume normal functions in 10 seconds.
5秒前。4、3、2、1。
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
アマテラス再起動。
Amatricio online.
うまくいったのか？
So, did it work then?
アマテラスは正常に再起動しました。設定された地域の温暖化を再実行。
Amatricio has successfully restarted. Resuming temperature regulation of preset regions. We have done it. Everything is working again.
オシトルよ、これで長い冬は来なくなったのか？
Oster, so we have averted this long winter? That is... A scan through the information being displayed on Amatricio's functions. We have avoided eternal winter consuming Yamato, but the star has just awoken. It will be some time until everything is back to normal. A bitter cold winter may still last for 2 or 3 months. Perhaps a half a year.
半年か。
Half a year then.
今年の作物の不作は避けられないかもしれませんね。
We may have to resign ourselves to a poor harvest for this year.
ひとまず最悪の事態は避けられたかな。後のことは他の国の人も交えて考えないと。
But we were able to avoid the worst outcome, I think. We can work with the other countries to come up with some countermeasures.
しかり、まずは無事星が目覚めたことをオーゼン殿にお知らせしよう。
Indeed, let us first report to Lord Ozan that we were successful in awakening the star.
そうじゃな。ここは冷えるし、さっさと上に戻るのじゃ。
Yes, quite right. It is dreadfully cold down here. Let us hurry to the surface. Relief overcomes us. We let our guards down. And here they come.
マスターキーを返していただきます。
You will return the master key.
あの方にはそれが必要なのです。
Our lord requires it.
もともとそれはオシス様のもの。
That belongs to Lord Wushy.
オストル。
Oster. You were still alive?
懲りぬ連中じゃ。皆の者、鍵を守るのじゃ。
Protect. Do they never learn? Everyone, protect the key. Where's Wushy? Or did the Utawarerumono came here on their own? Come here. I can feel the resolve. This isn't like it was before. Are they willing to sacrifice their lives for this?
すべてはオシス様のため。
We give ourselves to Lord Wushy. We will defeat you.
倒せ。この命燃え尽きようとも。
Even if it costs our lives. Yeah. That's the one thing that's so freaking annoying. The time aspect of this game is off the charts. What, did they all just like run non-stop from the Imperial Capital over to here? And then also, oh, they found them over here already? Oh, it just... There is so many loopholes in this game series that really needs to get... Wish they had done a little easier. Kujiruri Subject Training Control Room. Pain in Truth. Just go straight to battle. Let's see, who do I want? Muchika. Nico's got more experience though. Let's bring Kuru in. Twins. What? Oh, you're way over here? Let me check the map. Where is everyone? Okay, they're up there. No, we need to replace some people. Jacobo, you can go up there. Yeah, you three can deal with this group and then you can come back behind. I need you... Norsi and Augie. No. Let's bring Anju there and then Augie. No, sorry. No. Let's not bring Augie. Let's bring the twins up there. But they have not that good movement suite. And I am gonna need. Let's bring Ruthie. This is your house, but before we fight, I gotta take a bathroom break, so I will be right back. Okay, let's get back into this. That's everyone. So let's fight. How should I do this? I should probably pull back. Yeah, we're gonna pull back these two. Oh, and health went down. Okay, I need to not do that one. Earth favor. Oh, my health went back up. Okay. Okay. Yep, that's what I wanted. To jump over. Since you're not moving, let's get you, or you'll move. Move forward. Where are you going?
いけないのに。
邪魔させない。敵を排除します。
Okay.
焼き尽くしました。
そこはとどめ。ナルド。どうですか。これより
の領域である。
すべてはオシス様のために。すべてはオシス様のために。この程度のことは、この程度ですか。
He dodged all of it, but I wanted to get rid of some of that dodging.
正念場かな。合わせる。いつでもどうぞ。
Out of range. That's still good mold damage.
こちらをどうぞ。
常にウォシス様のおそばに。はい、そこです。
Venom back. That's alright.
どうですか。
当たる。すいません。この程度ですか。
そうだ。この矢はこれで。狙いを定めて。
すいません。
まとめて。これで。
Okay, Jack-Ball can finish him
距離を
off.
保つ。
死にたいやつから前へ出ろ。
守り抜く。それが小生に与えられた使命なれば。小生の覚悟堪能してもらえたか。
皆さんの力に。
そんな。
Okay.
無茶しすぎないでね。
まだです。すべてはオシス様のために。
Does that spear look like a gun?
いけませんね。
With a bayonet?
思った以上に深手です。
Yeah, it does. Probably like 2 sticks with
ご満
a
足いただけましたか。
3-piece.
無作法ですね。参ります。
Okay, you're going up there.
我ら常にオシス様のおそばに。これでどうです。
これで小生を保護。
That's alright. I don't have no true healer up there. No, I do. Giru's is a healer.
敵討ちの風。戦壁の風。願わくばこの拳。
我ら
無益でないことを
常に
祈る。
オシス様のおそばに。とどめ。この程度のことは。
Hmm. No counter. Let me get my next blade attack. Oh, and you're gonna have to heal next turn.
申し訳
Lord Whooshy.
ありません。
参ります。とどめ。まだまだお役に立ってみせます。そこ。この程度のことは。
お任せください。 消え去っ
Okay, he's gonna kill him off. Yeah. Bye bye.
死にたかったのかい？悪く思うなよ。こいつはおまけだ。
And you're finished.
刀の錆になりな。
私に続いて私の出番かな。これでこれもどう？これで痛みは抜けた？
Get some extra health.
攻撃を
Moon favor. Why would I? That would be nice though. What? Finale. But it wouldn't, it'd be too much of a waste. We're not gonna do the finale.
消え去って分解しますここに
Yeah, that's all we're gonna do is those.
活躍した見ていただけましたか？
我が熱き思いしかと見よ。
発注将が一人、真珠の胸地下バイル。
倒せる敵から役に立ちましたか？
褒めてくれますよね。
Who's going next? Come on, Q, work. Why isn't Q button working right now? Whatever game. Let's go over here. Yeah, that is a gun. That is a gun.
うまくいきました。
もういいかい？切られたいのはどいつだい？
Why is my keyboard? What are you doing? I lost all controls of my keyboard. What is going on here? Or not all controls, but yeah, I lost all controls. This is gonna be bad. Let me see about replugging my keyboard in, see if that gets it. I do not know what's going on. Oh, there we go.
私に続いて時間はかけない。
Do I get, yeah, there's the cue. Okay, you're going next and you're going. Okay, those guys going. Let's go see about finishing off this dude. Yeah.
押し通す。
Take less damage is always better.
私たちは常にウォシス様のおそばにすみません。これでこんなのもありません。もう止めてください。
And he gets 2 attacks. Ouch.
どうですか我ら常にウォシス様のおそばにそこはとどめ
Ouch, ouch, ouch. And poison still. Okay, he can't move, which is good.
邪魔させない敵を排除します
If I move there, let's try it.
いでつき焼き分解します集まって
And then there's the power of the origin.
我が主
We beckon you to our master's side. Come, I will accept your aid. Here I come. Too slow.
島なる
Darkness of evil, light of nature's axiom. Shine upon all.
すべては
All things for our master. Ah, that was a nice chain co-op finish.
発注賞が一人真珠の胸近参る
Yeah, you got slowed.
我が熱き思いしかと見よ渾身の一撃どうだ
狙い撃ちます
Okay, that was 161. Yeah, do more damage with this.
やったかな
私に続いて少年バカな
Bum.
思いを具現し守る油断大敵
Earth favor.
私の出番かな癒し慈しみをこれはどうこれで さあ頑張って
Or I fire for.
すみません式の方これでこんなのもありますもう食べてください
And she's gonna die. Too bad.
発注賞なのだ
です
I'm sorry, Muchika.
こんなのもありますもう食べてください
You didn't get your chance to shine. You got knocked out so easily.
皆さんのお役に ありがとう
He can't do nothing. Yeah, let's just do this for her. For the twins, I should say.
悪く思うなよ
こ
俺には
よろしくキル。
いざ参ります。
Master, please be careful.
動きを続けて。問題ない。まだいけます。攻撃を続
Moon
け
favor again.
私の出番だ。
Yeah, let's just do it. Forgive me, Lord Wushi.
燃えた。
Your final strike can come over this way.
死にたいやつから前へ出ろ。
勝利のために少年バカな。皆さんのように
Actually, do this.
おしまい。
倒せる敵からこれでボノフェールやったかな。外さない。いけないのに。ボノフェールやったかな。
I almost wish he had a third attack chance. But it's too bad about Muchika. She got
行きますよ。
oof, you're gonna do some damage
切り裂きますよ。
if you hit.
私だってこれくらい
You attack again.
いい感じです。私だってこれくらい。
よりより。ここは任せるじゃない。
And take this, brat.
こいつはおまけだ。
おしす。
No, no, I don't want to die.
お題は見てのお楽しみ。
Song of Worship. Gon didn't level up. Ruthie leveled up. Everyone leveled up, I mean. Apparition Birdsong 3. Ruthie learn. If an enemy is within range, their speed is reduced by 10%. Passive. Codex Anti-Poison 2. Swift Heart. Anti-Curse 2. Okay, let's proceed with the next. Are they gonna get back up?
無駄に命を散らしよって。
I think they'd be getting back up, because they did weary with the tube last time. You threw your lives away in vain. Their loyalty to Wushi was terrifying. Now, though, it's all over. It weighs on my heart, but I remind myself as best I can. We had no other choice. Hesitating, I find myself watching the bodies of the Utawarerumono on the ground, and... What? One of the dead, Utawarerumono, suddenly surges to his feet and lunges. Damn it! He's still alive! Not happening. Boss! Jacobalt whirls around to cut him down, but Sasha Shurikas refuses to stop. Even as the blood spurts from his stomach, he charges toward me. Die, Oster! He's too fast. Oster! Oster! Dear brother! Oh. Jacobalt. Nope. Sasa Shiraka's face breaks into a smile of joy. However, as he looks down, his expression immediately shifts to one of shock.
この
Impossible. What? Felt a sharp pain, but the sensation was more like being hit by a blunt object, not getting stabbed. Ah, the mask. Sara Shiraka darts back, unsure of what happened, and he sees the answer right in front of him.
あれは
What's that? Or the master key, was it? The master key is broken.
マスターキーですか
Is that the master key? I see. That was how I... The master key lies on the ground, having fallen from my robes. Somehow, held in its position, it was blocked. It had blocked Sara Shiraka's blade.
後ろへ
Please step back.
私たちがお守りします
We will protect you from harm. The twins pull me back. The others stand between me and Shire Shiraka, shielding me from further ambushes.
これ以上のおいたはさせへんよ
That's enough shenanigans from you, pet.
覚悟は良いか
I hope you're prepared.
ここまでかだが
So this is it. However, watch out! Ah! Sara Shiraka throws his blade into swift motion. Murichika knocks it out of the air, but as our eyes are drawn to the deflected blade, Sara Shiraka seizes his chance.
それは
Hey, that's... Sara Shiraka hunches down, bolting forward and grabbing the fallen master key. Swiftly turning, he dashes for the exit.
マスターキーを
The master key, stop! Hero fires a hasty arrow, but it's nowhere near its target. Giacomo and Audie run to the exit, but Sara Shiraka has long since disappeared. Damn it.
いやいやもうどっか行ったみたいやわ
Oh, Pits. Looks like he's already gone.
あのような深手で敵ながら見事と言うしかないの
He moves with such speed. Even despite those grievous wounds, he may be our enemy, but what impressive endurance.
すぐに後を追います人手を集め何としてでも探し出さないと
We must give chase immediately. We've gathered more men. We'll gather more men. We must find him at any cost. That will not be necessary. More likely than not, that will only lead to more casualties.
おしとる様お体の方は
Sir Oster, are you alright? I am fine. This protected me. He left only a bruise. I pick up something on the ground, a shard of the master key, broken off by his strike. But I am afraid the master key will no longer. At least we were able to reactivate. At least we were able to reactivate Amaterasia before it was broken.
おしとる
Oster? I'm sorry. It was a precious memento that was not mine to break, and now
仕方ないかなでもおしとるが無事でよかった
it's alright. There was no other way. I'm just glad you're okay. Cone shakes her head, a sad smile on her face. Countless relics of the past were lost along with the mausoleum, and now even the master key has been shattered. His ambitions will never come to fruition. Besides, all that thing could have done is trigger another tragedy. Maybe it was for the best. Well, you have another bloodline that can activate that satellite, so go to the next story and battle. And they already got back. Wishy slowly wakes up, pushing himself to his feet. He is alone. He looks around, but the dim light of the shelter reveals nothing. All is silent.
誰か
Is anyone?
誰かいますか
Is anyone there? Wishy begins searching through each of the small alcoves in the shelter. Hmm? In the corner, he finds something still flickering with light.
情報端末なぜスイッチが
An informational terminal? Why is power on? The monitor may be suffering the effects of the mausoleum destruction, or simply broken itself. Whatever the case, its visuals are distorted. It's difficult to tell exactly what's being shown on the screen.
いないのですかいるなら返事をしなさい
Is no one there? If you can hear me, speak.
シャスリカリベルニラビエ
Garishira, Livrian, Rabier.
誰もいないのか
So, all gone, then.
愛忠義
Love, loyalty,
なんとも軽い言葉だ
empty words after all.
当然ですね
But I expected that.
もともと私は一人煩わしい者たちがいなくなって
I was alone to begin with. I should be glad to be free of all the... Although... The sound from the door behind Wushi interrupts him. Quickly he turns.
何者です
Who's there? There is no response. All Wushi can hear is a faint, unsteady breath. Carefully, Wushi makes his way toward the source of the sound, and there, on the ground...
シャスリカ
Ashirika! Ashirika lies on the floor in front of the entryway, all but motionless. Wushi rushes to the side, gently lifting his body off the ground. What? The sound of surprise escapes Wushi as he feels something on his hands, something wet. Ashirika's clothes are soaked with rich, dark red. His face has a pale to a sickly white, and his arms and legs hang limply.
一体何があったのですか
What
シャスリ
has
カ
what has happened to you? Ashirika,
オーシス様
Lord Wushi. At Wushi's voice, Ashirika eyes flutter open, and he smiles weakly. He raises his shaken head, offering something up to Wushi.
これを
Please.
これを
This is... It is drenched in blood, and a large portion appears to be missing. But there can be no mistake in the master key.
まさか彼からこれを
Did you take this from him?
どうかこれでご悲願を
Please, fulfill your dream with this.
なぜ
Why?
お前たちは私を見限ったのでは
Why did you not abandon me? Was that not it?
この命はオーシス様にいただいたもの
This life of mine was your gift to me, Lord Wushi.
私たちの心は常にあなたのおそばに
Our hearts will always be at your side.
その感情は私がすり込んだものだお前たちが私を裏切らないようにとな
Those emotions are mere impulses I embedded into your mind. I did so to ensure you would never betray me.
もう良いのです
That does not matter.
何
What?
そうであろうとなかろう 私たちの思いは変わりません。私たちはボシス様のために存在しているのですから。
Whether or not that is true, our feelings are unchanged, forever and always. We exist only to serve you, Lord Wushi.
この思い、誰にも否定はさせません。たとえボシス様ご自身であっても。
I will not let anyone deny our feelings, not even if you do so yourself.
シャスリカ、
Sirika. Wushi suddenly realized something, looking around the room.
他の者たちはどうした？
The others! Where are the others?
すべてはボシス様のために。
We offer ourselves unto you, Lord Wushi. They're all dead. Cold realization hits him.
そうか、
I see.
ボシス様。さあ。
Here, Lord Wushi. Wushi looks down at the maski, still gripped in Shirika's hand. It is scratched and broken, and the pristine glimmer that once shone on its surface is gone. Now it is smeared scarlet with blood.
ボシス様、私たちはボシス様のお役に立てましたか？
Lord Wushi, were we of service to you? Wushi takes the master key, then tightly grasps Shirika's shaken hand.
ええ、本当によくやってくれました。そんなあなたたちを疑ったりして、私は。
Yes, you have truly done well. I was a fool to suspect any of you.
もったいないお言葉。
Such kindness is wasted upon the likes of me.
これで胸を張ってみんなに。
At last, I may go to join the others with pride.
いけません。あなたにはまだ私を補佐してもらわなければならないのです。
No, you can't. I still need you by my side. I need your help.
命令です。目を開けなさい、シャスリカ。
I give you an order. Open your eyes. Shashirika. Shashirika rests limp, one last satisfied smile on his lips.
いくら
Don't leave me! The cries go unheard. Wushi looks down. As his grip slackens, numb from shock, the master key slips from his hand. But when the master key hits the ground, the impact ringing clearly through the air, the sword terminal flickers back to life.
権限捕獲ご命令どうぞ。
Author confirmed. Please. Command.
何を今さら。
What is the point?
所詮身代わりの人形でしかない私に何があるというのです。
What point is there now for a useless, disposable doll like me? The system falls silent at Yushi's scream. He slumps, wallowing in self-loathing.
私にはもう何も。
There is nothing left for me.
管理者のバックアップデータを検索。
Searching, administration, backup data.
何？
What?
情報アクセス制限なし。映像データ開示します。
Data encryption inactivated. Displaying visual. The walls shimmer once more with light as the image comes to life. Wishy stares in shock at the scene before him. What?
おお、いい子だ。わしに似て賢そうな顔をしておる。
Ah, there's a good child. Look, he has the scholar's glint in his eyes. That comes from me, naturally.
まあ、おたわむれを。
Dear, you say the silliest things. Hee. An old man and a beautiful woman cradle a child in their arms.
この子が世の後を継いで新たな帝となるのだな。
He will make a fine successor. We will watch him grow into a wise and just Mikado.
はい。立派に育ってくれることと思います。
Indeed. I believe he will be a great man.
育つともわしの血を分けた子なのだからな。
Of course he will. He shares my bloodline. After all. Ho ho ho.
なんだこれは。
What is this? Well, she stares, dumbfounded, and the scene changes before his eyes. Now he sees a boy asleep in the bed. The woman from before sits next to him, resting her hand on the child's forehead.
具合はどうだ。
How is he?
お帰りなさいませ。熱はだいぶ下がりました。
Welcome back. His fever has gone down significantly now.
そうか。
I see. The old man smiles, gently patting the sleepy boy on the head.
学習中に熱を出したと聞いたが。
I think this is not the current Hanukkah, but an earlier Hanukkah. I heard it came on quite suddenly while he was studying.
少々根を詰めすぎてしまったよ
Oh,
うで
it's
す。
possible that might be the current Hanukkah. He was pushing himself a little too hard, it seems.
このところ多いな。年が改まってからもう3度目か。
That's been happening rather frequently. Third time this year, isn't it?
私たちを喜ばせたい一心で、つい無理を。
He wishes to see.
本当に。
He wishes He wishes to see us happily. That's why he pushes himself so. Such a kind child.
優しすぎるのだな、この子は。
Yes. Perhaps the boy is too kind.
だが、優しいばかりでは国を治めることなどできぬ。時には非常な決断を迫られることもあるのだからな。
Unfortunately, kindness alone does not make a ruler. The burden of authority means that one must sometimes act without mercy.
承知しております。
Yes, that is true.
私なのですか。
Is this me? Again, the screen flickers with more images of their everyday lives.
これは。
What's this?
この子が描いたんです。
A drawing of his.
わしの姿絵か。
Why? A portrait of me?
おお、そうかそうか。この子が。
Oh, my goodness. I see. So this is his work.
一人で絵を描いたり、本を読んだりしているときは、本当に楽しそうなのですよ。
He seems to have so much fun, simply reading and drawing on his own.
そうだな。この子には祭りごとよりそういったことの方が向いているようだ。
Indeed. He seems far more suited to these arts than to governmental duties.
わしらはこの子に重荷を背負わせてしまっているのかもしれん。
Perhaps we have burdened that child overmuch with our own affairs.
この子にはわしの後継ぎなどではなく己の好きな道に進ませてやろうではないか。
Can we not let the child choose his own path, instead of being forced to serve as my successor?
我が君
My lord?
その時の支障とならぬよう、この子の出生に関わる部分のデータは消しておこう。
And I want to delete all data pertaining to his birth, so that it does not burn him later in life.
この子は世の複製などではない。
That child is not
私
some
たちの息子なのだ。
that child is not some empty replica. He is our son.
はい
Yes.
私はそうだ
I
私は
I am. That was right. I was. Bushi reaches out shakily, as if to touch the hands of his deceased mother and father. But the master key in his hand sparks, and the Wushi flinches, dropping it to the ground. The images suddenly freeze, then vanish before his eyes.
待ちなさい
Wait! Wushi hurriedly picks up the master key and raises it high with desperate defiance.
私はモシス答えなさい
I am Wushi. Answer my call. However, there is no response. The terminal's light fades, the last of its energy spent. Wushi slumps soundlessly to the ground, tears running down his cheeks.
本当になんと愚かなのだろうか私はこんなにも愛されていた
How?
守られていた
How did I not see it? All my life, I have been loved, protected.
父上母上そしてあの子らにも
By father, mother, and the boys. The tears flow in a steady, gentle stream down his face. He suddenly becomes aware of the cold weight within his clothes. This is... He reaches into his pocket
これは
and pulls the object out.
始まりの悪ルか
The first
父上の残した最後の遺産
the first Akaruka, the last legacy of my father. The darkness one. Wushi holds the Akaruka reverently, staring at it, and a new resolve burns in his eyes.
これは本来オンビタイカヤンのためのもの
These were originally created to be used by the Onevidikania.
これならばみんなの思いに応えられる
For those who put their faith in me, for them I will rise.
私は父上の息子人間なのですから
I am my father's son. I am a human being. With no more hesitation, Wushi presses the Akaruka to his face.
アクルカよ我に力を
Akaruka, grant me power. And he goes.
荷物は積み終わりましたか
Have you finished loading all the luggage?
ああ、問題ない。
Yep, that ought to do it.
また九十里のお酒飲めるなんて楽しみやえ
Oh, I can't wait to get a drop of that Kyurju liquor again.
それは晩酌用じゃないのです勝手に飲んじゃダメなのです
These are not for festivities. You must not drink them without permission.
わかってるえ
I know. Several days after we explored the underground ruins, I watch as my comrades load the carriage from Kyurju in preparation for a return to the Imperial capital. Even though my eyes remain on them, my thoughts are definitely elsewhere.
まだ気にしているの
Are you still hung up about it? Cone? I snap back to reality and find Cone's face close to mine. My nerves overtake me, and I can't think of how to respond. I still don't know how to act in front of her. No, now's not the time for that. My apologies. I made you do all the work, didn't I?
大丈夫。マスターキーは壊れてる。それに、性病はもう。
It's alright. The master key is broken. And besides, the mausoleum is...
たとえ鍵があっても、あの人にできることはない。そうじゃないの？
Even if he has the key, there's nothing more he can do, right? Yes, you're right. Cone is right, so why do I feel so uneasy? Raiko had the intellect to develop a functional cannon all on his own. Wushi's mind is no less of a threat. But all the knowledge he attained vanished from this world along with my brother. No, that's not why I feel so uncomfortable. It's something more instinctive. Maybe there was something I missed. Lord Oster! Ah, Lord Aizen. I bow my head to Aizen as Aizen appears before me. Seeing the owl approach, Aju also makes her way over. I must again express my gratitude for all the supplies you have provided for the refugees. You have my thanks as well. When I am able to, I intend to repay your loyalty somehow. Oh, not at all, my liege. Oster, you needn't go to such lengths. It is a vassal's duty to support their ruler's endeavors, my liege. After all, we cannot fight on an empty stomach. Thank you. We shall make sure to put it to good use. I wish you the best of luck, my liege. Thank you. My ears are ringing. Preparations are complete, my liege. Good, then let us venture forth. As you wish. And then it happens. Just as I'm stepping forward to announce our departure, my kindred. The moment I hear these words, I feel a vicious pain, as if my head is being crushed. Gah! Brother, is something the matter? Noticing something wrong, Kiru runs to help support me, but it doesn't end there. This presence. What is this? Like the air itself is prickling at me. Yeah, it's giving me the tingles all in my spine. Rokupo, what's the matter? I've got a bad feeling about this. They say birds get restless when there's a storm coming. What exactly could be happening? Did you not hear that voice, Kiru? A voice? Kiru looks at me with a confused expression. Kiru didn't hear it. No. It doesn't seem like any of them heard it. Dear sister? Ku? Gon clutches at her chest, falling to her knees. Are you alright, Ku? Gon? Yeah, thanks. But I'm fine, I think. I don't know why. but I feel so anxious all of a sudden. Yes, that pain in my head. It was similar to how the Akaruruka resonate with each other. What is it? What exactly is happening?
クーちゃん、本当に大丈夫ですか？
Phew, are you sure you're alright?
大丈夫かな？
Yeah, I'm feeling fine, I think. That voice, did Cone hear as well?
でも、なんだかとても辛そう。
But you look as if you're in pain.
そんなことより、早くテートに向かわないと。
We don't have the time for that. We need to hurry back to the Imperial capital.
それはそうですが、姉様、本当に大丈夫なのです。
That may be true, but dear sister, are you sure you're alright?
平気かな？
I'm fine. Cone clearly gone much paler than she was a moment ago. Her face is almost snow white. But Cone, it's clear even to me that you...
なんでもない。
It's nothing. Ugh. Cone! Dear sister! I quickly run to her and lift her from the ground. As I hold her close, Cone's face consorts in pain. She's completely lost consciousness. I place my hand over her forehead and grimps. She's burning up. Huh? Lord Azam, I'm sorry, but I must ask you to arrange for a apothecary immediately.
わかりました。すぐに薬師を呼びましょう。
Understand, I'll do as so at once. Azam nods, then hurries back to the castle. Let's set Cone up in the guest room for now. Nico, Lady Fumero, I am sorry, but will you look after Cone? Yes.
わかったのです。
Understood. I look back at the others, with Cone still in my arms. All of them look to her, uneasy written on her face. We're postponing our departure. I want all of you ready to go at a moment's notice. Okay, that's those two.
姉上、一息つこう。茶を入れてきた。
Sister, I made some tea for us. Why don't we take a rest?
そうね。いただこうかしら。
A fine enough idea. Let's then. The siblings sit across each other, talking over the campfire.
もう日暮れか。思いのほか先へ進めなかったな。現時点で予定の半分にも達していない。
Sunset already. Our pace has fallen a little short. We're still less than halfway to our destination.
この寒さで馬たちも元気がないもの。この分だとテートまではもう少しかかりますわね。
It's this cold. Our steeds cannot abide it. It'll be some time yet before we reach the Imperial capital at this rate.
やはりもっと行軍の速度を上げるべきだろうか。
You think we should quicken the march?
いいえ、いたずらに急がせては馬に負担をかけるだけ。身を軽くした先遣隊を出す方が賢明ですわ。
No. If we blindly rush in, we'll end up putting even more stress on the Whoppers. I would suggest a lightly equipped advance party instead.
そうだな。
Yes, a fair point. As the two begin discussing their next plan of action, a messenger rushes to meet them.
失礼します。
Pardon my intrusion.
どうかしましたの？
Did something happen?
こちらに向かってくる一団があります。はっきりとは確認していませんが、おそらくテートの民と思われます。
We have spotted a group heading towards us. We cannot be certain, but it is likely that they are citizens of the imperial capital.
姉上。
Sister?
おそらく帝都から逃げてきた者たちですわね。何か話が聞けるかもしれませんわ。
Most likely refugees. Then, perhaps we might be able to finally gather some information on what is happening over there.
すぐに行く。受け入れの用意。
We'll go immediately. Make preparations for their arrival. Sir. Sis and several others hold torches afloat, waiting for the refugees. After a while, they can see staggering toes on the road. Halt! Uh-oh. Monsters?
俺は九十里王、王禅が子、ヤシマ。そなたら、帝都より来たと見受けられるが、そういないな。
I'm Yashima, son of Azan, owl of Kujuru. You have come from the imperial capital, have you not?
聞かせてもらえるかしら。帝都は今どうなってますの？あなたたち以外に避難できた者は。
Could you tell us of the situation in the imperial capital right now? Was anyone else able to evacuate in time?
どうした？何か言わぬか？
What's the matter? Will you not speak?
警戒することはありませんわ。私たちはあなたたちを助けに来ましたの。
There's no need to be alarmed. We're here to help you, so please. However, there is still no response. The citizens shamble forward, slowly making their way closer.
一体何を黙って？
Why in the world are they keeping silent? Seeing that they are getting nowhere, Yashimo starts toward the refugees, but... What? Huh? Something blurs in front of the refugees, with the force of a powerful gale. At the same time, the refugees in front fall limply to the ground, as if held together by strings that had just been cut. Oh, it's, what's her name again? Evan Kurgan girl from, Yashima and others stand frozen in shock for a moment, but quickly recover. They go for their swords. Gah, who is that? You, why? Why did you kill them? The mysterious sword fighter does not respond, standing silently, turned away from the group. You dare mock us? Yashima unsheathes his sword, striking out at the warrior, but they dodge with ease, as simply as if they can see it coming. Do you intend to run from this fight? Who are you? I demand your name. Yashima glares, with no answer forthcoming, until the warrior seems to notice something and yells out at him. You there, run now! What? I would never turn my back on an opponent. As Yashima yells, Sis also screams out to him. No, Yashima, behind you! Behind you! Ah! Suddenly someone grabs his arm from behind. But it's not just his arm. Countless grasping hands reach for his neck and his legs. What are they? But I saw them cut down. It is the refugees themselves who have seized onto him, trying to drag him back. Despite their humanoid silhouettes, however, he finally sees their true appearance is far more monstrous. Yashimo! These things aren't people at all! Without even a chance to question the refugees, Yashimo is knocked to the ground. The creatures crawl atop him, and he vanishes from sight. Yashima! You really ought to pay more attention. It may well cost you your life. Just as Sis hears another voice, something collides with the mountain of refugees atop her brother, and the mass of monsters explodes. Shielding his eyes from the splattered rain of blood, Yashima looks up in shock at the woman above him, a thick metal collar around her neck.
すまない。おかげで助かった。あなたは、それに、あの化け物たちは何なのだ。一体何がどうなって。
Thank you. You saved me. But who are you? And what are these monsters? What exactly is going on?
それはおいおい。
Kurulu. We'll get to that. With that, she turns and glares back at the road, shrouded in darkness. All that can be heard is the ding of moaning voices and shuffling footsteps.
まさか。
You can't mean... Within moments, even the battered corpses of the refugees from the pile begin to rise again, blood spurting from their wounds.
生き返ってますの。
They're coming back to life?
まずは我らが生き残らねば。
What is her name? I keep on blanking. First, we must survive this ordeal. The warrior steps forward, her hand on the hilt of her weapon.
ためらうことなかれ。彼らを救う道はもはやない。
Do not hesitate. They are beyond saving.
覚悟を決めなければ、こちらがコトアハムルに行くことになりますわ。
Pull yourself together now, or our next stop will be Kotohurahama. Hamahur. How is she? After a brief discussion with Azan, I return to the guest room Kone's resting in. Nico shakes her head dejectedly at my question.
あまり芳しくはないのです。
The outlook is grim.
悪性の風邪に症状は似ているようですが、薬師様はもっと違う病気の恐れもあると。
Her symptoms are similar to that of a severe cold, but the apothecary says that the case may be some other illness.
場合によっては命に関わることも。
It's her blood. There may even be a chance that it is life-threatening. So, in other words, we can't say anything for sure.
はいなのです。
Yes, that is correct.
今はできるだけのことをして少し落ち着いています。
We've done all we can now, and her condition seems to have gotten a little better. Maybe Cohen was overworking herself. No, judging from how she was acting, that isn't the only factor. What exactly is going on? Look to Fumuru, who continues to care for Cohen. Lady Fumuru, is there another disease Cohen might be suffering from?
それは
That's... Fumuru hesitates for a moment, but seems to make up her mind.
クーちゃんの本当のお母様は重い病を患っていて、クーちゃんも小さい頃は少し。
Ku's birth mother suffered from a wasting disease. Ku also showed signs of it when she was young.
ですが、最近はその病の気配も薄れて、このようなことは。
But recently, there were no signs of the disease ailing her at all. I see. In any case, I should go tell the others of Cone's condition and our plan of action. Do not overwork yourself. Switch off if the need arises.
はい。
Yes,
分かっているのです。
understood.
兄上。
Brother,
それでクオンはどうなっておるのじゃ。
so what of Cone? How is she? It seems her condition has stabilized for now. Still, we can't say if she will recover.
姉子も心配だが、テートへの出発はどうするんだい？
I'm worried about the boss lady too. But what's we going to do about going to the imperial capital? I intend to wait until morning, but if Cohen does not recover by then,
置いていくのか。
you're going to leave her behind? We have little choice. We all know this was a possibility, but they fell silent at my words. I am also worried about Cohen. However, my liege and I must return to the imperial capital as quickly as possible, in order to maintain the order of this land.
そうですね。冬に閉ざされる心配がなくなったとはいえ、国の中枢を失ったままでは遠からず内乱になるでしょうし。
Right. We've neatly averted an eternal winter, but if the ruler remains absent from her throne over long, it may lead to another civil war.
それは絶対に避けねばならぬ。
That is something we must avoid at all costs. I would be lying if I said I was not concerned, but this is Kujer Castle. I'm sure Cohen will be safe in their care. And there's nothing I can do here right now. I'm sure Cohen would understand. We depart tomorrow morning. All of you, make sure your preparations are complete. Nico? Lady Primrose?
兄様。
Dear brother?
おしとる様。
Lady Oster? You two are still awake?
はい。くーちゃんが心配で。
Yes, I'm too worried about Ko to sleep. Did I tell you to rest as well? I cannot have you fallen ill from the stress.
ですが。
But you need not worry. I will stay by Ko's side until morning. You two ought to get some rest.
はいです。
Understood.
わかりました。では少しだけ休ませていただきます。
Very well. If you're alright with it, I'll take a little break.
それでは兄様、姉様のことを。
Dear brother, be sure to keep a close eye on dear sister.
おしとる様もあまり無理はしないでください。
And Lord Oster, I hope your concerns regarding overwork apply to yourself as well. Of course. Now alone in the guest room, I rest my hand upon Cohen's forehead. Her fever seems to be going down, and her breathing's normal again. Did the medicine work? At least we're through the worst of it. But even if her fever's gone completely, and she wakes up tomorrow, I can't pull her along to the capital while she's still recovering. I pat Cohen's head and attempt to confront her, and something hits me. What the? Before I can think, my head is in my hands. Ugh, my head. What is this pain? It's like my head is splitting open. Is this something to do with Cohen's illness? No, that's not it. This comes from somewhere deeper. It's like someone is trying to reach into my soul itself. Something's coming. Something's calling to me. But what is it? What's coming? No, I can't stay. Morning. I shield my eyes from the sunbeams streaming in through the window. I was supposed to be watching over her, and instead I pass out. That's a little pathetic. I put my hand back on Cohen's forehead. Well, fever's gone, and she's not as pale as she was last night. Looks like she's going to be okay now. But I can't bring myself to wake her up. I've already made up my mind to leave her behind. I'm sure she'll have something to say about it later, but I'm ready for that. I stand quietly and carefully, trying not to wake her up, and notice something caught on me. Even in sleep, Cone's pale hand is clinging to the hem of my robes. Cone. I take her hand in mine, and for a while, I just hold it gently, then softly tuck it back under the blankets. I'll be going on ahead then. I hope to see you smile again soon. One last gentle stroke of her forehead, and finally I head out. As I exit the castle, I find that my comrades have already finished all the preparations. It seems they're waiting on me.
姉様は
How's dear sister? She appears to be improving. However, she still hasn't woken up.
そうですか。
I see.
クオンさん。
Moon. If I am any judge, however, she will be fine now.
私も残ります。クーちゃんのお世話は私の役目ですし。
Would it be alright if I stayed behind? It is my job to take care of Ku, after all. That would be much appreciated. I'll leave Cone in your care, Lady Fumuru. Just remember, do not push yourself too hard. If it turns out to be nothing serious, I would like for you to tell her that we all wait her at the Imperial capital.
わかりました。
Understood.
旦那、本当にいいのかい？
You sure about this, boss? No need to worry. Cone will surely come after us. I know she will.
そうだとも。クオンのことだ。すぐにでも追いつくだろう。
Indeed, this is Cone we're talking about. She'll catch up to us in no time. In the meantime, we must attend to the task at hand. Lady Shish and other members of the Vance party must be awaiting for our arrival. Is something the matter?
誰かこっちにかけてくる。
It sounds like someone is running toward us.
早馬でしょうか。
A messenger, perhaps?
あれは
That's... Ruthie's expression changed the moment she sees who's heading towards us.
お姉様の隊のものです。
That's one of my soldiers. Sister's soldiers. What?
どうしてここへ？
Why would he be coming here? The soldier nearly falls off his steed in his haste, rushing before me and kneeling down.
おしと様、ご無礼をお許しください。
Lord Oster, please forgive my impotence. You're excused. Now speak.
はい。
Yes, sir. Those permitted, the soldier announces in a loud and clear voice.
帝都近郊の難民救済に向かっていた我ら九十里隊は正体不明の者たちと交戦中。
We were en route to the Imperial capital to help the refugees. We encountered an unidentified force and have engaged them in combat.
その者たちを抑えねば周辺にも被害が及ぶとのことで、シス様、ヤシマ様はあえてとどまり陣頭で指揮を取っておられます。
If we cannot drive them back, there may be casualties in other regions. Lady Shish and Lord Yashima remain behind to take command.
正体不明？
An unidentified force?
まさか、ウォシスの残党か？
The last of Wushy's guys, you figure?
お姉様とお兄様はご無事なんですか？
Are my sisters and brother safe?
陣を離れるまではご無事でしたが、
They were unharmed when I left the platoon, but...
そんな。
No.
それやと無事かどうかわからへん。
So we don't know if they're okay. Did the enemy have any distinction uniform? If you engaged them in combat, could you not determine whose force they were?
それが文字通りの正体不明。果たしてあれが人なのかも定かではなく。
The enemy was truly beyond all identification, sir. We couldn't even say for sure if they were people. But if they were not people, no. They can't be.
衣服のようなものを着ている者もおりましたが、その大半が人のようで人から逸脱した異形のものばかり。
Some were wearing clothing, but the vast majority only vaguely resembled people. Their shapes were strange, malformed.
知性などは感じられず、 無秩序で統制が取れているようには見えません。
They didn't show any signs of intelligence. Their attacks were chaotic and disorganized.
ともかく我らの隊に敵対するというより、人を見れば無分別に襲いかかってくるありさまです。
It didn't even seem as if they held any enmity with us specifically. They just attacked and attacked with no discrimination between targets. Mindless, indiscriminating attacks.
陣を張り応戦するも救援のための備えが中心で長くは持ちません。
Is those people the Tattery? But now they have a body? Because of the oscillation didn't quite work, I wonder. Or it just changed their form from being a blob to the next stage. We've dug in, and we're fighting back, but we're only outfitted as a rescuing party. We can't hold out for much longer.
このままではその者たちが周辺の町へと流れることにもなりましょう。
At this rate, the enemy will soon spread to the surrounding towns.
おしとる様、一刻も早く援軍を。
Lord Esther, I beg of you, call for reinforcements immediately.
人なのかも定かじゃないとはな。まさかとは思うが。
You're sure these things aren't ordinary soldiers? I hate to say it, but that might mean...
そういう手合いを使う方がおりましたね。
Yes, the description is unpleasantly familiar. Is this what she's doing? But if a entire platoon from Kuju couldn't stop them, they must have an advantage in numbers. What's going on? As I run through the information in my mind, Aji raises his voice, interrupting my thoughts.
直ちに出発するぞ。
We shall ride at once, my liege. I prepare to deliver a stern warning, but Aji cuts me off, resolution blazing in her eyes.
何が起こっているかなど、この目で確かめればよい。
We will go and see for herself what has truly happened.
そこで失われる命を感化せよというか。
Or would you have me overlook all the lives that would be lost by your hesitation? My eyes widen at those words, and I immediately bow my head. Our liege has made up her mind. Now is not the time for me to hesitate. As you wish. I raise my head and bark a command to the rest of the group. Everyone, lighten your loads. We ride to save the soldiers of the Kurujuru. How far? Okay, we got there fast. Ish.
もうすぐです。もうすぐシス様の陣所です。
Near there. Lady Shish's encampment should be right over there. And there are the things. We're led by Shish's messenger to the edge of the encampment. Are these really the people of Yamato? Plumes of smoke are visible rising from areas all across the camp, and I can see all kinds of supplies broken and scattered on the ground.
思ったよりひどいことになってるみたいやい。
Oh dear, a bit of a mess, this.
お姉様たちは一体どこに？
Where is my sister and everyone else?
あそこにシス様が。
Over there, I see Lady Sis. What? I look where the messenger is pointing. There, I see Sis and Yashima standing atop overturned wagons pushed together as a makeshift barricade, roaring orders to the soldiers. More wagons! We must bar their path. It's no use. There's too many of them. They're going to break through. You're a man of Yamato, aren't you? Show some backbone, soldiers. Just a while longer. Lord Oster should be here any moment now, and the other one should be returning soon as well.
それまで何としても持ちこたえなさい。
We hold out until then, no matter what we face. Lady Shish! At my call, Lady Shish looks quickly to us.
マシタル様、
My Lord Oster! Forgive my tardiness. We're on our way.
これは夢、それとも幻？いいえ、これは現実。つまり愛の力ね。
Am I dreaming? Is this some mirage? No, this is real. This is the power of love.
オシトル様たちが来てくれたぞ。
Lord Oster has come for us.
待ちわびたぞ、オシトル殿。皆の者、力を振り絞れ。連中を押し返す。
Not a moment too soon, Lord Oster. All right, men, now's the time. We drive them back. We will charge in as well. We regroup with Lady Sis and others.
一丁やってやるか。
Time to let loose, I suppose.
任せとけ。
Leave it to us. Charge! Yeah! And they come back to life.
なんじゃこいつらは。
What are these things?
いつら痛みを感じぬのか。
Yeah, these creatures, do they not feel pain?
それにかなり手強いですよ。
They're terribly strong too.
ですが、俺の力には体がついてきていませんね。自身の力で骨が砕けています。
Strong enough that their bodies cannot withstand it. These horrors break their own bones with every strike.
だが、その手を振り回してくるぞ、こいつ。
There's like zombies. What? Now they're swinging their broken arms at us. These are monsters and abominations, alright, but these are different from the monsters that Wishy controlled. No, they feel more like the Tattery? What is that? Abruptly, one of the enemies stops moving. Soon, however, it begins to convulse and twitching violently, as if something inside is struggling to get out. And then... Grr! Grr! Ah! It's gonna take out all the... Took out the whole group. The monster seems to have gone berserk, even stronger than it was before. It seizes any soldier in front of it, ripping them apart. Our formation is broken in an instant, and the enemy rushes in at once, driven in like a nail in a coffin. No!
邪魔ですよ。
You're in my way. Gah! That voice. It can't be. Wishy. I betcha.
こうして待っていれば、あなたが来ると思っていました。
We knew that if we were patient, you would come to us.
まったく単純この上ないですね。
Truly simple-minded beings.
さすがは低能な生き物です。
It is only to be expected of such primitive creatures. You were still alive? For me are the trio of faces I know well by now. What's going on here? Besides the one that escaped, we killed them in the caverns beneath Future Castle.
あやや、なんかお墓に埋めたはずの顔があるえ。
Aw, this is a bit much. I thought we already got those pretty faces into their graves.
どういうことなのでしょうか。
What could this mean?
またしても ウォシスの現実まがいの技に騙されたというのか。
Were they only more illusions of Wushy's devising back in the tunnels?
ですが、彼らの遺体はちゃんとこの目で確認しました。
But I saw their corpses with my own eyes.
混乱していますね。確かにあなた方の言う通り、我らはあの時、命を失いました。
You seem confused. You are indeed correct. We died once before.
ですが、我らは崇高な使命により、こうして再び形を得たのです。
Yet we are bound by a most noble cause, and so we have been allowed to take new forms.
そうです。我らはあの方のお役に立ちたいと強く望んだ。だからこうしてまた戦うことができるのです。
Yes, such was our desire to serve our Lord. We have been granted the opportunity to take up arms once more.
それってどういう。
What does he mean? Then Wushy is still alive. I glare at the Yamatan warbles, but they only continue to smile, still giving off an eerie presence.
どうでもいいんじゃない。同じ顔がいくつあろうが、考えてることも同じなら。
Who really cares, yeah? Doesn't matter how many familiar faces turn up, they're still gonna think the same way they did before.
確かに考えていることは前と大して変わりそうにないな。
He's right. They don't seem to have changed much.
さて、我らがそちらへ出向くことも考えましたが、行き違えては面倒。
Well, we were considering venturing out to where you were, but it would be most unfortunate if we missed each other.
ですから、このような思考を凝らしてみたのですが、いかがですか？喜んでいただけましたか？
So we devised this little scenario, so you could ride in and save the day. I do hope it was to your liking.
だんだん喋り方まで主そっくりになってきたじゃない。
Starting to sound like their master, yeah?
それは光栄です。
Mm-hmm. I am honored.
褒めてねえぜ。
Ain't a compliment, pretty boy.
あなたたち、私とオシトル様の愛を利用したんですわね。
You fiend! How dare you use the pure love between my Lord Oster and I for your schemes? You mean to say you have sacrificed innocence simply to lure me here?
犠牲？まさか。
Sacrifice? Not at all. You are not the ones who changed these peoples into those forms.
彼らに新しい姿を与えたのが我らかという問いにはいな。力を与えしは意図高きお方。
You believe we were responsible for bestowing their new bodies? No, indeed. The one who gave them power is a truly divine being. Was she?
はい。しかし、オシス様も彼らに犠牲を強いてなどおりません。
Yes, but Lord Wushy did not sacrifice them. What?
ただ彼らの願いを叶えただけ。
All he did was grant them their wish.
そう。オシス様はついに超越者になられた。その慈愛をもって人々を咎や苦しみから救ったのです。
Yes, Lord Wushy has suppressed mortal existence, and in his benevolence, he has granted salvation to them. They are free from sin and suffering.
そして彼らは呪いとして生まれ変わり、苦しみのない世界で永遠に生きていける。
And now they are reborn as Nori, capable of living eternally in this world without suffering. Nori, that is insane. What salvation is there in becoming a mindless puppet?
あれはたたりと対になる呪われし者。
They are cursed beings, one and the same as the Tattery. The Tattery?
しかし彼らが望んだ結果なのですから、彼らにとってはこれで良いのでしょう。
But this is what they had wished for. I'm sure they are better off this way. I've heard enough.
正直あなたももはやウォシス様の目に映す価値なきもの、石ころにも等しい存在です。
In all honesty, you are hardly worth Lord Wushy's time. Your very existence is little more than a pebble on his road to rule.
しかし石ころにつまずくこともあります。
Yet there are times when one may trip upon such a pebble.
ウォシス様が築かれる新しい世界のために目障りなので消えていただきます。
Your existence is a hindrance to the world that Lord Wushy shall create, and so we shall remove you from it.
今こそウォシス様より賜りし真の力をお見せしましょう。
Now, witness the true power that Lord Wushy has blessed us with. Abyssal Whispers. Defeat Sashareka, Liveron, and Ravion, and all allies defeated. This time, it's time to give some points to people that they accumulated. Because we've been doing stuff, so... Baba. She's not in the fight, but I'll just give her... Give you a little more speed and defense. Little defense, attack. Let's give you more life. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, let's give you life. You don't have points. You don't have enough points. You got points. A little bit more defense, but more health. Maybe, yeah, let's give you another speed. You get that and low health. Let's get your speed up. It's way too low. I can give you... Yeah, let's get the equipment now. And you're not going to be here because you're gone. Okay. Yeah, those two aren't going to be here. So let's see. Nico. Muchika, no. That's not. Norcia. Come on. Controller. Or, I mean, mouse. Stop acting. I don't want you there. Ruthie. Okay, let's fight. 2 arms. Let's see. Let's see what the map looks like. Wrong button. Full F. Okay, there we go. Nori. And then there's the I think with these guys, they can come back to life from these guys' bodies. That's what it feels like. But yeah, let's see about getting rid of these guys. And they're okay, let's get over here. That's a little annoying sound. Let's stay right. Actually. Yeah, she would have been the best one to have almost like at the beginning. Have her speed so high up that she can do a mass amount of damage to everything. But stay there. Such an honor. Oh, what's your range? Okay, so as long as I don't get... Can you reach? How far can you go? Let's just put you there. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, so once he come forward, that means he wants to get beaten up. so annoying. Mine will.
援護します。
I messed up my.
"離れた敵なら私が行け。
I messed that up.
よし、海中。そこ。この矢はよけれない。叩き込む。距離を保つ。
最善を尽くします。
Wait, what's happening? You go. Hmm. Okay. Let's move you out of that area. Actually, let's do this first. Before we have her do something, move out of the way.
強気で行くですよ。好機なのです。
参ります。
Yeah, I figured you'd do that.
私だって戦えます。
待ちくたびれた追い込むで。惜しい。
すべてはオシス様のために。
邪魔させない。敵を排除します。ああ。 いかがですか、
僕は任せるじゃない。こんなものか。
我ら常にオシス様のおそばに。
Ouch.
まだまだお役に立ってみせます。まだです。
我ら常にオシス様のおそばに。治癒の儀をまだ休んでいられません。どんなものでしたか。まだです。
参ります。
And now he's coming too. Okay.
援護します。
Keep
倒
on.
れるわけにはいきません。
Order revenge.
しのげることならしのいでください。どうですか？
First banner. Order revenge 2.
痛いけ
Okay, it's natural healing. Okay. Hexed. I missed that one. But so I missed that. Oh well.
隙だらけだぜ。
倒せる敵からこれならさすがにまだこれからです。
How much damage does it does by itself? Almost the same amount.
気は抜けない。
Arky dog.
さてどう攻めるか。動きを止める。
仕分けありません。
愚かな。
皆さんの力に
Let's get rid of you.
目が回りません。もっと強くならないと。
But she leveled up.
なんのそれでこそセーフお覚悟それなめないでください無駄です
He's going overzeal
ど
mode.
うですかそのお役
Water
に立って
favor.
みせます参りますセーフはいそこですなめないでください無駄です
I'll have
どうですか
yeah.
合わせます今
I screwed that up again.
負けません
Order revenge.
これでどうです
But anyways,
私だって戦えます
let's move over a little.
それじゃ行くえ
There we go.
次は誰やあなたに全てを背負わせはしないのです。炎よですからゴミは焼却なのです。
Let's have you heal up.
突っ込みすぎなのです。
我ら常にオフィス様のおそばに。でも打ち当たった。もう一つ。まだまだ。
Still my zeal.
お役に立ってみせます。
さすがです。いけませんね。休んでいられません。ご満足いただけましたか？
Bum, bum, bum.
まだです。
And he
私
does
たちは
move forward.
オシス様のおそばに。
逃がさないぜ。こいつはおまけだ。
Bum, 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 bum. Counter.
バレバレだな。よろキル。
いざ参ります。
Let's get rid of you.
燃えた。焼き尽くしました。
私に任せるがいい。いい的だな。
Bum, bum.
慎重に行かないと。
Let's get you over here. Okay. Okay, we dodged it. Good. And now my our revenge. Damn it, I didn't get the whole thing. Even though I clicked.
なんだい。悪く思うなよ。
Okay. And then you do a counter. Jumped up onto my head. Um. Let's just wait there.
すべてはオシス様のために。セーフ。お覚悟。それ。ガラージです。無駄です。どうです
Still.
か。
That should finish you off. Okay, now you get over here. And you can finish him off now.
参ります。
And you're just gonna heal.
思った以上の深手です。どんなものでしたか？ 窓です。
Okay, how do I want to do this? Let's give you... Yeah, let's give you Haku. And some health up. And let's get over here and start dealing damage to him. I messed that up too early. Ah, I didn't want that. Oh well. Who's next on the list? It's this one, okay. And then that would be the next, and then that one. Jekyll, you come over here. No, no. Yeah, actually.
どうですか?
Yeah, my other thing is over with, but let's get him to use up some of his get you here to heal some. And you're gone. Oh. Okay. What? What is this new form? We did not foresee this. They are neither Akaraturka nor Gatadora. It is something much different and profound. Master, please stay cautious. Ooh hoo 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 hoo. I bet you we're not supposed to fight him yet. When they get, I bet you we gotta get them all to turn into that. That's what it feels like. And they leveled up. Let's just move you over here. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted. Actually, let's do that. And then we do. On the stain of every creature's sin. Those do we pledge your favor. And he's defeat. Yeah, they're not doing much damage to the... You're going after this one over here. Chocobo. And then you get your attack power. Oh. Yeah, because he's gonna defend, so none of my attacks are gonna go through. Well, since you did that... I could knock you down faster, but... yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to do... that. He has the attack, though. He can push through the defense quite easily. You can have all the mystic attack you want, but you're taking massive damage. She leveled up. Okay. Okay. One damage. I'm just gonna hold where I am. Perfect critical. And it teleports. here comes the Chocobo minions. Chocobo, you're flying! Chocobo, maybe you should lose some weight.
痩せようね。
勝ったと思いましたか？
And that was all we needed to do. Okay. I was figuring that would happen with them having all that life. Even Cone still... Okay, they still get level up good. Lucci has learned the ability Earth God Perfect Defense. Completely blocks Earth attacks from self and allies within range. Negates Stupefy. Clear Mind 2. Negates Mind Elements. Okay, let's... Actually... let's... Let's stop there for today. I'm getting hungry. Yeah. Yeah, let's stop there for today. We'll pick this up tomorrow morning. Same time, 11 a.m. U.S. Central Time. Hope to see you again then. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.